Here we go. Welcome to season 2, episode 3 of the OurTeam podcast. It's going to be a big one again. Killzamoi's on the podcast this week. Because it's Killzamoi, I just want to say it's going to be the biggest episode of the podcast ever because he starts every video by saying exactly that. So we will say that to him as well when he comes on. We'll be answering your questions. As always, the new format is goated. The feedback's really good. Thank you for everyone who sent in questions this week. Please send in your questions for next week. Let's keep this going and make this a real community thing. I'm joined by a couple of people this week. One new, one returning guest, I guess. Josh, part-time Josh, how you doing?
Part-time job. Hold up, guys. Just excuse me. Just came back from vacation. You know, your boy's in Cali, so I almost forgot I was in New York. But how you doing, y'all? How you doing today, man? Feels good to be back.
How was the
Cali,
holiday?
Josh in the building.
How was the holiday? How was the holiday?
It was cool. I didn't have to look at Jazz's face for a while, so it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Is there a reason you were dressed up as a Boy Scout for most of that holiday?
I dressed up as a Boy Scout. I'm a Boy Scout.
You were literally uploading
like
Facebook, like pictures where you look somewhere between a Boy Scout and a park ranger. Like, what on earth were you wearing on that holiday?
Listen, man, the peoples enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? They like to see me dress up like that. So, I thought I'd bring something different. That's it.
I don't think they do. We've got a question about it later, just so you know, about your dress sense. Just putting it out there. Okay, so we got 2 goated Aussies on the podcast this week. Killzamoi is obviously joining us in sort of 10 minutes, but the other one is Hazy. Welcome to the podcast, man. How you doing?
Awesome, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. You've been sending in some goated questions for a few weeks, so we kind of reached out yesterday. How you feeling about being on the podcast? Is it a weird thing to do first time?
I've never done anything like this before, so it's definitely like something new. I would definitely say I'm a little bit nervous, but as we go, we settle down, we'll be all good.
It's hard to be nervous when Josh is sitting there wearing shades. Let's be honest. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
I could keep them on, you know what I'm saying? I could keep them on for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Look, I feel like y'all digging the shades. Look, we're just gonna keep it cool, you know what I'm saying? Keep it cool.
Let's move on. All right, guys, please like and subscribe.
Look at the state of it.
We are so close. We are so close to 1,000 subs. Every sub takes us a little bit further. We're gonna do a quick sub check. Are you guys subscribed? Both of you?
100%.
Can I subscribe
twice?
to AllThatJaz? Probably not.
Can you subscribe
just
twice?
Just sub last week, actually. I just
After 20 weeks. After 20 weeks. You guys got some. Both of you got some series going on, right? Josh, Nick's tape. What's going on? What's going on with Nick's tape?
Nick's tape. Let's just say in the next episode, you're gonna see the Knicks get ass whooping they haven't gotten in a very long time. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say.
Were you down bad?
Yeah, God. Talking about 25 points bad. Yeah, that's how bad.
Oh, jeez, you were
that's
down
how bad
bad.
I'm talking.
You were down bad. Hazy, you got a TTO series going, right?
Yeah, I got a TTO series. I also got an Evo to Glory series, but the TTO series is something that I'm doing through streams, hoping to get interaction from the chat and whatnot. And a couple episodes in, so still finding like what rules and stuff I want to have set and all that stuff, because every episode just seems to be changing. I just want to keep it as lively as possible. Yeah,
man, it's a really interesting idea to run a series on Twitch like that. Has that been done before? I don't think it has, right? Has it?
I don't think so.
Like, is there challenges with that, man? Like, is that a straightforward thing to do?
I don't know. Like, I literally just thought of the idea. I wanted another series, but I didn't want to take away from streaming. So I thought, let's try and put something together with it. I've always been all about trying to get the viewers and stuff involved. So I guess that's sort of 2 things that I wanted to do. And I've just sort of tried to put it together.
Nice. What have you guys been doing on the game this week? You've been grinding? What have you been doing? Yeah. What have you been doing?
God, no.
No.
This game I can't even be bothered. You were there on stream. I was playing next gen. I think I played a little bit of Unlimited on next gen, and just like the first quarter was all right. We get into the second, I was just done. I was like, yeah, dog. I'd rather play Rec on next gen. I can't sit there and play Unlimited. I just can't.
I rage quit on stream yesterday. I rage quit my stream yesterday. Like, literally quit the stream. I was playing limited. I won a couple of games before I started stream. Then I won a couple of games like on stream. The third game I was winning and still hadn't got my ring, and the game lagged out. Like my connection lagged out, which hasn't happened to me for 6 months. It cut out. I turned off the stream and left. That was it. Like that was it. I rage quit my stream for the first time ever yesterday. That was tough.
That happened to me recently. I had like 18 people in the stream, and then I don't know what be going on with OurTeam. They just have this thing where they randomly disconnect my computer from the internet, and I'm just here like imagine having 18 viewers and then the whole stream shut down and then it start back up. Luckily, everybody came back, but that was like, I was like, damn, you just hurt my averages, man.
Don't you rage quit like half of your streams intentionally? Like,
yeah, nah. Remember, I rage sold my team and then bought them back.
You did do that this week. I forgot about that. You lost the game to Clamps and you rage sold your entire team. And then the next day,
I sold Durant after the first game. Yep, I sold Durant after the first game. Like,
really?
Like, guys, I know you guys like Durant shoots the most straight arms ever. Oh my god! Like, you would leave him open, and he shoot. It's a good release. You're like, yo, I just released it like that last time, and I greened it. And now he's missing. I'm like, what the hell, bro? Like, he is so 50. Like, I literally, after the first game was done, I said, Durant, you're not ever touching the court for me again. I'm like, you're done. You're out of here. Sold him after the first game. And after that, I was like, everybody else got to go. I couldn't even look at them. Like, look at the state of them, bro. I just had to just throw them away, man. It was just upsetting.
You know they're like virtual characters, right? You know that they're not real. They're not real people.
I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. It made me feel disgust when I just looked at that.
Well, did you buy them all back?
Yeah, I did.
The same squad.
Like 4 hours later. 4 hours later, yeah.
So you just burnt half a million MT.
No, Durant's not coming back. No. Durant definitely is not coming back. He's done.
He's done. Who's going to play the 2 now? Who's replacing him?
RJ Barrett.
Oh, jeez. Hazy, what you been doing this week? You been grinding the game?
So no, I haven't really been grinding the game this week. Personally, I've felt a little burnt out at the moment. Just sort of, I've had myself caught between next and current gen, not really enjoying like the unlimited gameplay kind of thing. So it's really sort of not really enjoying it. And the fact that we have all 150k plus XP out at the moment, I know I can just go whatever pace I want to, and I'll still be able to get that level 40 reward.
Yeah, I'm like the least motivated I've ever been, considering it's probably the card I'm most motivated to get. Because, you know, love Vince Carter in real life and will run that card. Like, he'll make my team for sure. Yeah, I'm just like really struggling. I did like, it is easy though. The XP is like ridiculously easy because I did like an hour or two on it the other day and I was at like 35k, which is what, a quarter of the way there? Literally.
I don't even think it's the fact that it's easy. It's just like, you just at a point where you just can't be bothered with the damn game. Like, you really just can't be bothered with the game. That's how I feel personally. Like, I'm happy that 150k is available, but it's like, all right, cool, it's Vince Carter. He's not really one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like, I really can't be bothered with this damn game. God, I can't.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The game seems to be up. Like, the game is up big at the moment. There's a lot going on in the community. There's a lot of like sort of community-made momentum behind the game right now. Like this stuff with Ty and DBG. Should we talk about this really quickly? I was talking to DBG for a while yesterday, and it is funny. Like the closest thing I could kind of compare it to is it was like the 2K equivalent of like Mayweather McGregor, right? Like literally was like you've got this American who's like established champion, and then you've got this kind of Irish up and comer. There's just so many similarities between that storyline. Like, you know, Mayweather was dominant, but McGregor had like a puncher's chance. It didn't go well for DBG. Let's just put it that way. He was down pretty bad. He lost on his own server by
McGregor too. He got TKO. He's like, yeah. That's exactly what it was like. It was like just yeah.
DBG
One way Mick.
He was on the ropes.
You seen the username? You seen the username change?
What did they pick? Is that what they changed it to?
One way Mick.
I knew it was out of that Big Mouse. Like, yeah, so they took two-way Reiko. Yeah, they took two-way Reiko and made it one-way Mick. That's hilarious. Did you see the graphic he put up of WrestleMania 6? where DBG was Hulk Hogan and Ty Debo was the Ultimate Warrior.
We first posted it. We first posted on Twitter, right?
Like the day before, yeah. He photoshopped his faces like he was Hulk Hogan, and Ty was the Ultimate Warrior. It was jokes, man. It was jokes. You know what's funny though? Like, you know what's really funny? The fact that people take this stuff seriously, like, cracks me up. Like, DBG obviously it is literally like, the reason I compare it to Mayweather McGregor is like, but them two were in a no-lose situation, right, when they fought. No one was really expecting McGregor to win. If they were kind of deluded. It's a very similar situation. Like, DBG could have won on his server, but a best out of 3 against a 250k champion was just not going to happen. Like, that's not something that's going to happen. DBG barely plays the game anymore. Like, what were you expecting?
The only difference is that after DBG lost, he didn't get a fat check like what's his name, McGregor did.
He got 100 million. I mean, I'm sure it elevated both of their brands though. Like just that one game. I mean, legit. Like there was a high IQ.
The public apology. The public apology took me out. Oh my goodness!
You literally sent me a link to it, just saying I'm weak. It was good. It was good. There's a lot going on, man. Have you seen the stuff with Loss and Splash as well? Have you seen this?
Splash is teaching him how to be good at the game, right?
Yeah, bro, it is pure comedy. Like the best 2K streams I've seen for a long time. The interaction and chemistry between those two, like the game that Les played the other day as well, where he was up by, what was he up by 3 with like 3 seconds to go, and his opponent made a 3, and like Splash was just done with him. He was like, this is bad. Basically, Los inbounds the ball with like 1.2 seconds to go, picks up a 3, hits the 3, and they both go off. Like it is amazing, and it's so good, man. For 2K and MyTeam and being a content creator and all of these things, the community is working hard right now to lift the game up. Tycino's back on the game, which is big.
And he's on current too. And that's what I remember. I don't know if you guys saw the video but Tycino dropped about why he's been taking a break. He really said that wagers, like for last year, kind of took 2K20 to a level that it really had no business being at. And I feel like that's what like, even though the game could be bad every year, not to say that's an excuse for 2K, I feel like we also could find a way to elevate the game in some way to kind of give it more life. I feel like content creators is kind of what keeps the game alive and keeps like the community going. Because that's something you say, the brand is what draws people and keeps them coming back. Even though 2K, the ceiling is so high, but if you're creative enough, you can break that ceiling. Like Tycino literally said it last year. Like the views 20% because of wages was just crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, comp is like, I think since 250k, comp in general, like whether it's wages or MyTeam or whatever, has held views, right? Like there's a lot of it going on. Hazy, you playing in a tournament right now?
Yeah, I am. The what's it called? The ANZ OurTeam tournament. Jaqel's in it as well. Like it was set up by a lad. I actually didn't know him, but I caught wind of it, and I myself tried to set up a tournament not too long ago, and I just didn't get the participation. So I fell through with it. And when I seen that someone else was trying to run a tournament, I hopped on board because I tried to start a tournament, didn't work out. The least I can do is try and do my part to help elevate like the tournament play. Like I'm nowhere near a tournament player, but as like a content creator, it's good for content. Like you play a tournament, people want to come watch it, stuff like that, regardless if I get smacked by 50 points. Yeah.
I mean, you got to do it to improve. Jacob says this all the time when he comes on the podcast that you need to play people at a certain level to get to the next level. I did notice Jaqel is 6-0, right, in his group. And he was getting some hate online. Did you see this?
No,
they're fanboys. They're fanboys. They want his autograph. That's what it is. Matter of fact, I got something.
What on earth, bro?
Jaqel will sign your t-shirts, see your posters if you need it. Here you go.
Yeah.
A lot of fanboying going on.
Dude,
this is
weird.
What's come through recently, isn't it? Like in the last couple of days?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I did catch wind of this. And the guy that runs it actually tweeted out, he's like, hey, just if you want to play Jaqel, if you want to be the guy, play this tournament, get to the end, you pretty much guaranteed to be playing Jaqel, and put your, I guess, controller skills where it is.
Yeah, man. Like it was like 3 of them because he's in the other bracket to you, right? It was like 3 guys from your bracket that just started like, oh, you know, you're not comp. You keep saying you're comp. You've got an ego, and you know they were saying he had an ego because he posted that he lost a game. Can you imagine the logic in that? Like, how broken? How broken?
No.
Anything he doesn't give himself enough credit.
That's true.
I'm like, I've never once seen Jaqel go around saying I'm confident. Like, I'm like, yo, bro, like, drop some videos. He's like, oh, bro, I'm not that good. I've just been playing the game for a couple. I'm like, you were in a global champ. You was in a global tournament. What do you mean you just played the game?
People think Jaqel is comp because like, we say he is, right? Like, it's not him doing it. It's never been him. It's never been him. He is humble.
It's a target on his back now.
Yeah. We created that target. No regrets. No regrets.
You got to make it bigger.
For sure. Okay, so it's guest time. It's that time of the week again, and we've got a returning guest. I think the only way to phrase this is going to be the biggest episode of my team ever, because we got Killzamoi back on the podcast. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me once again. I'm excited to be on it.
Let's get it. You've not been well, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good now. Yeah, I wasn't well this week, but you know, now I'm feeling up to it. So that's good. You got me at the perfect time, except an hour late, but still.
You did look rough in your pack opening last night. You looked rough. Like,
yeah, I kind of was still like, it's big enough content that I have to force myself through it. So I did it, but yeah, I definitely wasn't 100%, but you know, we got to do what we got to do.
I think there's something going around. I think it's like 2K flu. Like when you see the first question we've got now, it's a big creator. And he's literally sent in a clip where it looks like the Blair Witch Project. He's like wrapped up in a hoodie, like really ill. You'll see what I mean. It's funny. You've been on holiday as well, right? Were you in Darwin like last week?
Yeah. I went to the Northern Territory. It's a lot hotter than it is right here for where I live. So it was actually really nice though. I just went up there with my girlfriend. We had a bit of a blast, and yeah, it was like my first holiday in probably, I don't know, like 2 years or something. So it was actually lots of fun. So yeah,
must be nice. We only just plowed out of our houses, dude. Like that's what we're at.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
I did actually spend 20 hours in Darwin once, in like random stories. So I worked in Australia for about 4 months. I worked for Amnesty International out there as like a fundraising coach, and like obviously they flew us out there, and like because it's a charity, they picked like the longest route possible, like the cheapest. I was literally traveling for like 45 hours or something. But yeah, we stayed over in Darwin. I just remember it being like end of the world hot, like out there.
Oh, well, I'm coming from like quite cold right now, and then back over there, like it is so hot, and I can't deal with the heat. So I was dying because I'm Ranger and white.
The complexion is an issue for that kind of heat. That's.
He's got a hoodie on, and I've got a shirt and contemplating the fan on, and I live in Australia myself.
It's different. It's different.
What is that jumper? Is that an owl?
Yeah, it's OVO Drake.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
am I like?
You don't know what OVO is?
No.
Yeah, it's like Drake's brand.
You need to just take 5 minutes from the podcast, just do some research real quick and come back.
Did you say it's Drake's brand?
Very own. Yeah.
He's the guy who likes the Raptors, right? Is that guy?
And also he's a rapper, yes.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just famous for that.
He was just famous for being a rapper fan? No, Jazz. No.
I know a little bit more
than
that. Yeah. No.
Oh, he's just trolling. Oh, okay.
He did a dance about a telephone. I know that as well. Is that right?
Yep, the hotline bling.
Guy's got moves. The guy's got moves. Should we chat about Lavello's legacy? That series is hotting up. That episode the other day, you pulled Kuzma and Grant Hill in one episode. Is that right?
Yeah. I think
Jazz, why are you spoiling it?
Jazz, it was a while ago.
Why haven't you watched it?
What do you mean? I like to build up the suspense. Right?
Yeah, okay.
I like to build up the suspense. All right, I watch because if I binge watching, I got nothing else to watch. I can't just watch them all.
Oh, you should have had mine as the number one thing you wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm up to date now. No, I'm up to date now.
All right, I'm glad.
Yeah, I watch you play, and then I feel like if you play next gen, and then I get on next gen, I get waxed Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Like I'm like, oh, it don't look too bad. I'm like, it's easy. I can't shoot no open shots. These ghost contests. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it is so different in my word.
So I'll stick to watching it. I'll stick to watching next gen gameplay instead of playing it. That's how I feel right now.
All right, yeah, for sure.
He's good on next gen, man. He is good. He makes it look easy. Everyone's out there struggling. This guy's just greening from the logo 30 times a game. I don't understand what's going on. The squad is OP, man. The squad is like ridiculously OP now.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm glad because I think last time I spoke to you, I don't think I'd done my whole playoffs thing. So I think I'm glad that I've done that now, because like it just allows, because I remember when I was doing Zion's Legacy and the legacies before, I'd always I'd want to open up a lot of packs for myself, but not a lot for like the series, just because I knew it would ruin it if I like opened up a lot and then got really good players. Then like the series is pretty much over when Lavello's the worst player on the team. So now I came up with the idea of like the playoffs. I people say that I got it from other things, but I didn't really. I just kind of came up with it myself.
Yeah, fair.
And we just ended up going along by that, resetting the team in a way, but still keeping like it kind of in seasons like 2K has. That's actually what kind of inspired it, is the fact that 2K is now done in seasons. I was like, why don't I do that with Lavello's Legacy? So
that makes sense.
It's actually really good. I remember when I first did it, I was so nervous, the fact that people were going to be like, you ruined the series, you ruined it, and then it came off and everyone was saying it's such a good idea. So
I love the way you first explained it. Like you probably turned it to Rain Man, just like listing off all these different things. I was sitting there going, what? It took me like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was so hard. I was like, oh my god, there's so many rules, but it's all right. People finally got it, I think.
We caught up. Dude, have you got a legit pack addiction? Have you got a legit pack addiction? I swear, like, the when you do pack and open, the one more pack, like that's 10 times.
I know, it's bad. I don't know, like somewhat, yes. I'd say yes. Like, also whenever I just log on, yes, I'd say yes is my answer. Let me explain something. So when I'm editing a video, like I do like editing, but I also find it very time consuming, and like I need to reward myself. So in the past, what I used to do is I used to reward myself with like food whenever I do it, which sounds like I'm a dog, but no, I used to just reward myself. Like I'd say, okay, once you full clip the whole video, then you can go have something. It was just the way that I worked. Now, because I realized that I was putting on weight if I did that, not worth it, I decided I would open up a pack every time I did something in my video. Goodness. So I'd be like, okay, so after every time I've clipped my whole video, I get to open up a pack. Then after I put all the music and all the edits, I get to open up a pack. And then once the video is fully posted, I get to open up a pack. So it's kind of like I'm rewarding myself. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, I do have a pack addiction.
I'm pretty sure you set up a series just to fuel your pack addiction. Just for what it's worth, if I did that, I edit a 2-hour podcast every weekend. If I like treated myself every time I got through like one segment, yeah, I would look very different this time next week.
I know. Yeah. You're already an RNG god, so you might as well do it, Jazz. You might as well. Why not?
I haven't had any luck this season yet. Why not? Let's see how it goes. Budget squad is getting out of control as well.
I hope it stays that way. No luck for Jazz.
It will come. Yeah, budget squad like equally as cracked. I feel like both of your series are designed to have like underpowered squads and like an overpowered player. But you've got like OP squads on like.
Well, yeah, I can't lie. Like, no discredit to other no money spent players, but other people that have no money spent accounts, I kind of look at it and I'm like, maybe I should probably like, because I think I'm only up to episode 13 or something, and I think my issue with it is I literally will spend like a day grinding for one video, like pretty much 24 hours to just do one video. And I feel like I probably should spread it out a bit more, because it just looks like my team just keeps on getting like randomly like just so much better. And literally the next episode that's coming out very soon is like even more insane. I think now I've got like 4 or 5 Dark Matters on the team, which is just like, and I haven't even had like an insane pool. The only thing that's been good once was when I did Triple Threat online when Shaq was on them. I got like 2 of the Galaxy Opal Shaqs. But other than that, like, yeah, I actually always look at it and I'm like, how did this team get this good? But actually, I think it's just because personally, I find it so much fun playing on the no money spent account, just because it feels so much more rewarding, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is cracked out right now. Like There's so many good like bargains in the game though. We're at that point now where this the OP of OP cards is just so expensive now that everything else just almost becomes worthless.
Well, yeah, I think one thing that actually helped me is the fact that on my no money spent account, I don't play on it all the time. So like when new content comes out, I instantly play on my main account and then like try and get cards and that type of thing. And then after a couple of days, I'd usually, if I was playing on my main account, I'm not smart. I just buy the card instantly because like I want to get gameplay and stuff.
Yeah.
But then on my no money spent account, I'd have to, because I wouldn't be on it for 2 or 3 days, I'd have to wait that time and then actually get the card a couple of days later, which was the reason it ended up kind of working out. And I'd make a bit more MT because usually I'd buy them really cheap. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of something that helped, but yeah, really, it is an insane team. It's turning into a god squad.
It legit is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Josh quick sold his team the other day because he lost the game. I'm pretty sure your team is better than him, and he's been grinding all year.
Yeah.
You know, your pack opening last night. You know, you when you came on the podcast last time, and you were like, "I don't have juiced odds," and now you're back with 2K now as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why people think that, don't you? Did you see have you guys seen the pack opening he did last night? He got Magic and like 3 Galaxy Opals. Was it?
Yeah.
3?
I mean, like the thing that I do look at it with is I do think about it myself. But the thing that I personally do is like I take it like 100% that I have to do it in every video. Is I show every single pack, and the reason I do that is so then people can actually realize. But sometimes in the past, like if a pack opening is really, really bad, I just won't post it, which I probably should because I should show people how bad it actually was. But yeah, the thing is when you actually look at how much VC I spent in that one, I think I spent like almost 1.2 million. And yes, I got a dark matter, got a couple of Galaxy Opals, but still like
that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I feel like those odds were pretty normal. I know like the dark matter that I got was actually pretty good being Magic. It could have been Ray Allen or something like that. But yeah, it wasn't too bad for
1.2 million.
Yeah.
1.2 million.
It's an addiction.
Every dark matter with that. I need every dark matter if I'm ripping 1.2 million packs.
Yeah,
1.2 million.
The packs that came out in my video, if you saw, I called them Earnish packs. Not sure why. I was just dead. But
yeah, there's been a few slips of the tongue. There's been at least 3 or 4 times where you asked yourself what you're talking about.
I literally didn't even realize until like I posted the video. I was editing it the whole time and even did the thumbnail, wrote like enshrined in it. Just didn't figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I did something like that before. I did something like that. I was posting a video of Jay Canada, and I literally put his name wrong. I put Jay Kanda or something like that, and I was like, "What the hell is Kanda? I was like, "Oh my god!" Like everywhere. I shared the video everywhere. I was just like, "Oh my god, Josh, should eat that."
Yeah.
I'm gonna be renowned for those mistakes soon. I tend to make a lot of those mistakes, especially when I like record a video. I don't tend to like watch it back, and then all of a sudden I watch it back after I've posted it, and I was like, I was meant to take that out.
Yeah.
Something you for sure get used to is like doing that whole taking things out. I used to I never watch my video. Fun fact about me, what I do is when I edit my video, I post it and I kind of watch it like because it'll be really early in the morning. It'll be like 4 a.m. or something. So then I go to my bed and watch my video kind of like it's my favorite YouTuber uploaded. So I sit down and start watching it. And because like I've been editing it, because I edit my videos quite hard. So it's about every 15 seconds in a video, there'll be like a certain cut and edit or something like that is never really free flowing for me when I'm editing it. So I know there's no mistakes in it, luckily, because Hazy, like you'll know, when you start doing it a lot, you get used to actually getting rid of those mistakes, because I used to do it a lot. But now like I'm pretty confident that when I just upload my video, it's going to be 100% fine. And then I pretty much have a watching party with myself before I go to sleep. So it's pretty fun.
I love the fact that you're your favorite YouTuber.
I watch back all the time. When I edit, I watch back all the time. Like that's why I low key sometimes I hate editing, because like what I do is I cut out parts and then like I know which parts I don't want in, and then that's like, you know, I add the music and stuff. And then after all that's added, I'm like, all right, let me go back and make sure I didn't miss anything. Sometimes I do catch like little mistakes, but for the most part, I don't. But I just be like, oh, I gotta watch this again. When it finally drops, I gotta force myself to watch it. I'm like, I already know what the hell happened. Like I edited it, so I'm like, but nah, it is like with time, you'll definitely get used to it.
I kind of like it more, you know, when you have videos like that, because a lot of like Killzamoi, a lot of your footage is you just kind of live reacting to your gameplay, and it's kind of not overly clean. I kind of like the fact that it's very real, and like when you do trip up and stuff, you do kind of leave it in there, like funny yourself. Like you could see sometimes as well, you're rattled by what's happening in the game. I think it makes it a lot more real. A lot of gameplays that we do get just seem like overly processed, and you can see they've clipped like 10 specific parts out, and you don't really get the story because of it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that, I don't know, my main thing with my videos is I want to, like, as much as people do want to see the card, and I know that's like kind of the main thing for a lot of people, I just want to be myself. And like, actually, I think it's the main thing about my videos actually is because I watch them after every time, I want to personally sit down and enjoy them every time. So like, it's actually kind of cool because if something funny happens in my video, if like, I personally did something that I was like, okay, that's pretty funny, then I'll literally like show it to my mum or something like that. I don't know, like, and she'll be like, yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, that's what kind of makes me, I don't know, just feel like it's worth it and stuff like that. I think that's definitely something that helps actually.
Yeah, I do something similar. My wife watches all my videos like after I upload them, so she'll just put it on. Like I won't even tell her to. She'll just go put the video on. I'll hear it in the background. My
mum watches all my videos, so you know, shout out. And so does my
she's really real as well with her reactions. Like if she thinks it's bad, she'll just sit there like that. It's not supportive at all.
Gotta love Emma, man. You know, it's one of my favorite edits you do, Killzamoi. I think it's actually something I started doing like myself too. It's like you have a play where like I'm still kind of learning like the whole editing software. Like I think you do like a pan zoom. It's like you'll be talking about a player and they're like you either zooming on yourself like the screen's big and it's like it's smaller like that. Or like if somebody's on a fast doing a crazy dunk, you zoom in. I seen that edit. I'm like, yo, how he does that? I was on film one time. I was like, I got it still.
I literally Googled how to do that the other day. It's weird you said that. Like, it must have come from his videos.
I'm still very new with like the whole editing thing. But the one thing that I really get a kick out just about every time is when you you make a shot, you put a shot up and it hits the rim and you put the spring noise in. That for some reason gets me every time.
There's I don't know. I always look at it and I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm the best editor in the community or whatever, but I do it all myself. And I literally learn like all these things because I think I might have mentioned it before, is the fact that I don't watch really any 2K YouTubers. No discredit to them. It's just because like it feels like I'm watching my own job in a way. So like I watch other sport games and stuff like that, and that's how I kind of learned how to do it. I did have to look up in the past how to do it, and then kind of when you just get used to one thing and one little thing, then it just all adds up and you kind of get a whole wrap of how to do it. So like that zooming in thing that Josh was talking about, like it's done with 10 frames or whatever, I don't know, but that used to take me forever to do. Like when I first started it used to take me like 5 minutes per clip, but now I reckon it would take me like 30 seconds or something like that. So
you're definitely up there, man. When it comes to editing, you're definitely up there. Like there's never a still frame I find in your videos. Like there's always like a moving camera. There's always a pan from one place to another. Like it's just very dynamic. Like it really keeps you engaged in the videos. Like you were definitely up there, man.
I like
thank
you. I like that about your video. It's inspiring. Like you know when I edit, like you say you don't really watch other 2K YouTubers. I don't watch them as much as I used to, but like for you for example, some of your videos I kind of like, I don't want to say take from it, but like I use some of my edits to kind of inspire.
Obviously, you have to.
It's always entertaining. Whether it's a little zoom, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, this is a pretty interesting play. Let me focus on this, on that, and what else was it? Oh, I like when you green shots. It's like you have the music playing, and it's like you have this other kind of like sound or music going on. I don't know. It's like, and then you have the screen
Yeah.
change. I don't know. Your edits just like it's just nice.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know, man. It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to do
part for
it. But I'm
me
like,
is the Pop Smoke sample, you know, with the strings. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's always my favorite. You know something's about to go down when that sample hits. Like,
Yeah. I actually always like, one of my favorite things about my content is my music that I put in the background, because the way I do it is with like remakes of songs. So you know, like I can't use the official instrumental or else it will be copyrighted. So it's a bit of a process. Like, people don't realize that this is what I do to try and actually get like songs I like, is I literally download instrumentals off YouTube that are remakes. So like a producer will just remake it because they like the beat, and usually rappers will like freestyle over it and stuff. That's why they're up there. But then I download that and then I upload it to YouTube on a different account to see if I get a copyright strike. And then if I get copyright, and then I know to copyright, and then I delete that video. And then like that's how I have a lot of songs. But it's because in the past I used to like still do it, and then I just keep on getting copyright. And I probably shouldn't do it, because like, I don't know, it would just be smarter for me to use the generic 100% non-copyrighted music. But I just personally like using songs that I actually really like in it, and people, you know, seem to like it too. So yeah.
yeah. But that wouldn't separate you. If you stop doing that, then you wouldn't be used. I mean, if if it ever comes to a point where like, you know, you just really can't do it anymore, then, you know, obviously not. But I like them. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got some really clean edits, videos.
It's really dynamic.
It's not many people I can say I can sit there and watch their videos for like back to back. Like, it's nothing against them. It's just some people just don't have that you know, that entertaining factor. There was a day like when I think I watched like 6 episodes back to back. And I'm seeing I'm like, how the hell is man pulling pink diamonds and all this nonsense? I'm like, this from like sapphires and emeralds to like pink diamonds and diamonds. I'm like, well, damn, like, oh my god.
Yeah, when I found Zion's Legacy, I did nothing else for a week. Like, legit, I'm not even joking. For a week.
That's crazy.
Like, I found Zion's Legacy and Jay Canada's Spin to Win at basically the same time. Like, I think one of your videos linked to like the other series. I don't know how it worked. I literally spent a week just watching both those series. It was incredible. All right, let's play WL or N. So this is my new favorite segment before we get into all the questions. Self-explanatory, I think. Is it a win, loss, or does no one care? Basically, is the 3 options. Let's start with the invincible cards. WL or N, guys.
N.
Going W.
I personally think a W, just purely on the card art.
Facts.
The card art is fire. Like, it is the best card art they've ever had.
Yeah. And it's like, when I say N, I know you said it's for nobody cares. I feel like it's like a neutral thing, either or. It just really depends on who you are as a NBA fan and a 2K fan. I mean, the cards aren't bad, but it's not really what I expected. I'm not gonna lie, it's not what I expected.
I mean, the 3 invincible cards: Kobe, you know, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett. Kobe's the only one I'm like fussed. That Tim Duncan is basically the card that was going for 10K at the end of last year, right? Like the GOAT card.
Yeah, it's like the reason I say it's a W is because like right now, like the thing that you got to remember with it going for 10K last year is like people always look at that, and I'm like, it does kind of make sense because you're looking back in the past. But the thing you got to remember right now is the fact that we don't have a center at all that has like 99 everything, so it makes him so OP right now. Yeah. But the reason I say it's a dub is because I think it does like it is cool for people that can afford it. But the good part is there are also like other alternatives to cards that really aren't that much worse, like might even have better signatures and stuff like that, and are like affordable. So I think this year it's a lot better. I remember last year when they released Kobe wasn't that good, the first GOAT card they released, but then like, you know how they kind of brought them out a bit slower. I remember like Yao Ming being so expensive when he first came out, and then they finally released super packs and stuff like that, and they went down in price. I think that's what they're going to do again. Like I bought Kobe for 3 million MT, and I know that like he's not going to go for that much in a month's time, but I just want to, like, I want him. So
you bought this Kobe for 3 million.
Yeah.
No, jeez. Did 2K not give it to you?
I packed
No.
They're slacking. They are slacking.
Yeah.
Pull your finger up, okay? This guy's having to drop. This guy's having
I
to drop.
packed Yao Ming last year, the GOAT Yao from the Super Packs. I had packed him.
W.
I wanted to sell him, but he wasn't as expensive as I thought. But that was probably the best card in like one of the best cards in 2K history.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
I
such a
pulled him when
cheat.
I pulled him when he came out. That was my first ever GOAT card pull. So I pulled him when he came out in the packs that were actually like, oh my word, Yao Ming's in them. And then I pulled him, and I remember like he was going for a lot. I thought he was going to be like really good. Did not expect him to be my favorite GOAT card other than like when point guard Giannis and point guard LeBron came. But literally that card was just insane.
Yeah, I mean it was him
There
and
was no
Kareem
guarding
for
him.
me. Like Kareem was just cracked as well when he came out.
Yeah.
This game over. Like, I'm giving it an N. I'm just for some reason I'm not excited. I think Kobe's great. I think I'm giving it an N because I expected what happened last year to happen this year. I expected one of those cards to be the spotlight, and I was really hoping it would be Kobe. And then it just
Well, it
wasn't.
actually wouldn't surprise me if the spotlight reward is one of those. Now that I think about it, like
Yeah, I think it will
they'd probably make it like the not. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Larry Bird, to be honest. That's what I'm thinking right now, an invincible Larry Bird. Just because people aren't super, I don't think people really would be like, oh no, I have to buy packs right now for a Larry Bird. He doesn't have that kind of fan base, I don't think. Like whenever the reason you kind of know as being a pack opener is when you open the packs and then post them on YouTube. Some videos can do really well if they have like a big player's name. Larry Bird isn't really one of those players that if I say invincible Larry Bird pack opening, not going to get that many views because I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I feel like he would be a perfect pick for the spotlight.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see like an invincible Terry Dishinger or like Wayne Embry. Jaqel. Yeah,
Terry, invincible Terry would be scary, bro. Jeez, what?
Yeah, even like
people
Danny
would
Ferry.
go for that card. He changed the game, Terry. All right, W, L, or N for the kind of rest of the set, the enshrined set, I guess, with Magic and all of that. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm going in L.
Oh, 3 L's. That's tough. I'm going W, but I'll explain my reason in a second. Why is it an L?
I say it's an L just because like I don't know, like there are good cards in it, but I think the main thing with those packs was just the fact that there was invincible cards coming out. I don't think 2K really was paying too much attention to the I'm joking, the enshrined set. But yeah, like even like to be honest, even in the past of 2K, I have never been a fan of a Magic Johnson card. I don't know what it is. Like even in 2K19, I think it was, when everyone loved Magic, I hated him. Like I don't know what it was, and I still don't really like him. His Dark Matter, I sold the one that I pulled. And like
you can give it to me.
Yeah, well, you know, have to get the MT now that I'm poor after spending 3 mil on Kobe, but still,
I mean, Josh just sold all his players. He'll take what you can get right now. I think that's
yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I think they just kind of put them in as fillers for. They didn't want just three cards to release, but yeah, they're not. I mean, the Dark Matters don't go for too much, so I guess that's kind of a dub. And if you want a Galaxy, I think it's just because the Galaxy Opals aren't great either. Maybe that's another reason. I'm not 100% sure. Like the best card other than the Galaxy Opals is like the Diamond Tracy McGrady. So I don't know.
Yeah, that
Patrick
Diamond is
was the best card out that set. Patrick Ewing is the best card out that set.
He might be.
Patrick Ewing is the best.
Well, yeah, it's close. What are you saying, Hazy?
Yeah, I think it's an L, basically because, like I was saying last night, I think you were there in the stream, it's the same cards that we've seen over and over and over again. It's literally just filling in those cards that T-Mac didn't have a diamond, Scottie Pippen didn't have a pink diamond, Patrick Ewing didn't have an opal, and they've literally just given it those cards, those like fillers. So that way you've got like a whole line of those cards. Like there's nothing new about it. Nothing that's like, oh, I want to try that card. It's just, oh, he's just got better or a worse card now. But when you look at it, is this setting up to what the next lot of invincible cards coming out? Because literally all those cards in there could be invincible cards.
Maybe, yeah, you might be right. I think it might be like a prelude to the other cards. Let me tell you why I think it's a W. I think having a 6'9" point guard is good, because
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is so OP that we finally got a card that can compete with him. And we needed that. And that's coming from a guy who's got Ben Simmons and will suffer because people will have Magic, right? Like, I think it is important. Like, when you look at the individual positions, like, there isn't a card that's more dominant than Simmons. It's just ridiculous how dominant he is at point guard. So they need to get a couple more cards out, I think, that compete with him. I think he's also like a tactical downgrade type week, right? Like, where if you didn't get Wes Unseld, you can get the other version, or you can get Pippin. You get. So I think for no money spent, it's probably a W as well. But I think the biggest W means this set, when they release sets like this, they did something similar last year. It means there's a lot of casuals about to jump on the game. That's what it means, right?
Yeah.
They release set where there's like an affordable Jordan and Kobe and T-Mac and all of that. And then what they do is they release the game for free, don't they? Or like for $3 or whatever, like a week later. And then loads of people pick up the game. And I go 12-0 on unlimited because everyone's new. Like, this is a good time for me. It's a good time for me. Yeah. So the next WL or N is the limited requirements this week. Have you guys played limited this weekend yet?
I have.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
We're going to L.
I was going to now. Jeez, I don't think anything.
I think it was a W.
I think it was a W. I liked it. Like, I really liked it. I think it's the best requirements they've had. That's what I think.
The reason I go L is just because, like, I think it can be quite difficult. Like, I look at my no money spent account and I'm going to have to buy players for that account to actually do it.
Yeah.
That's my only issue with it. Like, I look at the just no money spent people that don't have all the cards. And especially it's those types of requirements that are just really hard for people that don't have the best teams, because the thing is, you can have a really good team in that limited if you, like, my team's insane. I've got 3 dark matters and the rest are all like pink diamonds and stuff. And that's just because, like, I have most of the cards, but on my no money spent account, I'll be able to use, off the top of my head, I think I could use like 3 or 4 players, but then I'll have to buy 9 others to be able to even play it.
Fair.
So
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's the only issue with it. But at least, like, talking about the set that they brought out, it's good that all those players are good for it. So, like, even Amethyst West Unseld, who's a beast, like, everyone can use him. So I don't know, maybe I'll change it to an N, but yeah, at first when I looked at it, I was like, this is awesome. But then when I realized the no money spent people, kind of a bit tough at some points.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. This is the first week. This is the first limited week the whole year where I have actually bought a player to run, because I didn't have a point guard. So I picked up Steve Nash. And Steve Nash went ham, by the way. That card is like way better than people think it is.
Yeah.
Hazy, what are you saying about limited?
Oh, yeah. He actually is my starting point guard. I have the comic book Steve Nash. He's my point guard. He's my starting point.
Yeah, I got the.
And I also ran Dark Matter Wilt. He was the damn MVP today. 5 out in. I seen David Robinson, and since I didn't have David Robinson, I attacked him. I went at him every time.
That's a sore point. That is a sore point. That D-Rob for you, isn't it?
You win by 9 points or more.
Hazy, what are you saying about limited this weekend?
I'm saying an N at the moment. Like, I haven't had a chance to sit down and play limited this weekend. I tried to last night, and I was just like ready for bed. And I was just like, I'm one of those people who's going to have to go out to buy the players. Like, I think I had D-Rob. I packed Jerry West. I put him in, and I had another player as well, but it just wasn't like I couldn't compete. I played a guy who had Kareem and some top dark matter. So, like, for me to compete in that, I'm gonna have to go out and spend the MT, which I don't have because I spent it all on Ben Simmons.
That's tough. That is tough. Yeah, I mean, if your MT is second a play that's not in the Hall of Fame, that's tough. I didn't really have that issue, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm trying to think of my team. So I had to pick up Nash because I needed a point guard. I did have AI, who I ran off the bench. And then the rest of my team was Clyde Drexler, who was free. I used the spotlight one. There's a better one in spotlights. Yeah. So I ran Nash, and then I ran Clyde, who was free. And then I ran Ray Allen, who was free. And then D-Rob, power forward, who was free. And then I had Kareem at center, who was like my linchpin. I basically
say D-Rod?
Yeah. We're gonna keep Killzamoi, do you know the story of Josh and D-Rob?
I don't think so.
Hazy, do you want to tell him? Like,
the only thing I could really sum it up and say is, if you were 8K away from level 40, what would you do?
If there was 4 hours
grind
left.
it out.
Yeah.
Grind it out.
Grind it out.
Did you have a nap? Is that what happened?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. 4 hours left. There was 4 hours left. I was playing the game, and like I was so tired because I was up for 24 hours, and I don't even remember falling asleep. I just remember waking up, and I was like, "Oh my!" I called Jazz, panicking. I said, "Do you think?" He's like, "Yeah, you could do it." Didn't happen. Did not happen. Nope.
Dude, he finished 8K short of D-Ron, and his new nickname is 8K47.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Wow.
Oh my god!
And I was just like trying to crack like a 9-point winning by 9-point joke, and it turns out it's 8.
Let me go back to limited. I like when 2K do this. I hate the weeks where it's like run 1 diamond, run 1 pink diamond, run a 90 overall. I mean, that's not what the mode is supposed to be for me. Like, they've got to be more creative than that. I feel like if everyone's running the same squad or basically running their starting 5, it just becomes really boring, especially when they say like 1 diamond. If they do 1 diamond and 1 pink diamond this weekend, everyone's running like what, Tyrese and Bobo, like the cards select themselves. So I like it when it's really themed, right? When there's limits on the cards we can use, which they put as opals or whatever. But also there's a theme. I like the All-Star one that they did. I like the one where it was like LeBron James and Jimmy Butler's teammates. That was good.
Yeah, true.
Hall of Fame. I think they're a little bit too reliant on like IRL stuff happening though. Sometimes it seems like if there's a weekend where something's not happening in real life, they just go run a 90 overall. Because that was the worst requirements they've had. That literally was just unlimited. It was everyone just overall glitching in unlimited.
Oh yeah, I did exactly the same. I can't lie. Like, you had to do it. But no, I 100% agree actually with what you're saying. Like, I do look back at those, and I do remember those exact limited requirements you're talking about. And the reason I remember them is because they were fun. So, I can see what you're saying. Like, also
for you, it was fun.
They did like some international ones or something. I think in the past or something, didn't they?
Yeah, there's been a few.
I agree. I definitely prefer it when they have actual, use this kind of theme rather than just this tier of card and stuff like that.
There's so many things they could do. I like the one thing I really want to see is I want to see a weekend where we can only use cards that are like up to 6'8", like just like a small ball weekend. It will be jokes. Like everyone's running West
like
on
that,
Zelda, Wayne Embry. Huh?
Wow. That would be hell. Oh my goodness. That would be hell.
I mean, if everyone was doing it, though, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Literally.
Draymond is going to be the 5. His price is going to go up. His price is definitely going to shoot up.
True.
Draymond Green.
Yeah. It would change the market for sure.
They'd probably have to give us like a if they did that, I'd be very down. But they'd probably have to give us all like a free Draymond or something like that, like a free Diamond Draymond. It's not going to hurt their like pack revenue or something that weekend if they give everyone a Diamond Draymond. It would just allow people to actually, not have to buy a card in limited. I think that's a good idea, but
you know exactly what we'd get, right? We'd get like a pink diamond Spud Webb, like that would be like a goat. It'd just be a troll, wouldn't it?
And a position packs. Pink diamond Spud Webb.
Exactly. There
LaMelo
were some weird cards. Was it Westbrook last year that was center eligible? Am I imagining that?
Yeah, it was a center power forward.
You see how LaMelo is now? That was Westbrook last year.
Yeah,
that was
literally that. Like, it's the same with LaMelo now. LaMelo is one of the best. Probably is. Definitely top 3 like best diamonds to use in triple threat, and it's the same as what Westbrook was last year. Like, Westbrook was literally pretty much at that point a Galaxy Opal because that was the highest tier. LaMelo is pretty much like you'd say a 97 overall now if his position wasn't power forward - center. Yeah, they're just obviously waiting.
I think he's the best diamond.
You think
he's
the
best diamond for sure? I think LaMelo's definitely the best diamond for sure.
I like it. Depends. I actually don't really like Tyrese Halliburton, but heaps of people say him. But it's a bit cooked.
you have to say that with your series, don't you? You have to say it's LaMelo.
I mean, I do like Tyrese.
You're just hating on all the other diamonds now because they're not the name of your series.
I don't know. I tried him out a couple of times, and I was just like, I don't know.
Might be me. No Tyrese slander. No Tyrese slander. That's my guy.
He did cover you. He was on main point guard for a while, wasn't he? Literally.
Yeah, he was in. I used him in the wager.
How did it go?
He actually did good. He came off the bench. I think we actually won that series when he actually played. He was on. Ironic. He was off the bench, and Lavello was off the bench, but Lavello ran point. Tyrese is out there spotting up and shooting. So
running Tyrese as a cone. All right, let's move on. WLON free Luka Doncic this weekend.
W.
L.
Being a huge Mavs fan.
It's such a big L for me. Go on. Why is it a W?
Because I'm a Mavs fan. Luka's like my favorite player.
He is my favorite player as well. Just putting it out there.
I reckon it's a dub unless if you had the card, but in the past. But, I'm guessing that was your issue. But I don't know. I reckon it's like, to be honest, like the card nowadays is still really, really good. Like I remember it was my favorite card in the game at one point. And I think for them to be able to give it with, I wouldn't say it was super easy. It was easy if you were just grinding for it. But if you want it, anyone can get it if they want to, like easily. Yeah. And also the fact that we got a free Galaxy Opal James Donaldson. The card's not great, but he actually is pretty good on next gen. I can't lie. Like he feels quite good. He feels really fun.
That was actually the next WLRN, but yeah, I'm giving that an L. That card is absolute trash can.
Are you on next gen or are you on next gen?
On current gen.
I think he's better on next gen. I think I've heard that he's a lot better on next gen, and I think it's just because he's faster or something. I don't know, but he actually was pretty good. Like I found the challenges with him so easy.
I'm not gonna find it easy. Has he got that ball speed on next gen? Is that what it is? Like Ball's like the fastest card in the game, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not that fast, but he does still have quite a bit of speed.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this Luka situation. Like, so I had Luka and I had him with like gold claps. And I sold him when his price was still high. And then a couple of weeks later, I bought him back and I got him with Hoff claps. He was basically badged out and I got him on 100K like bid snipe. Like it was a ridiculously good deal. Had I not got him for that deal, had I dropped like 250, 300K that other people had been paying that day for like a Hoff claps Luka, I would have been heated. The problem is now that card's not even sellable. So I'm going to get it because I'm like a completionist. I have to get it. But I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's never going to get run because I've got a clamps version like in my team.
Well, yeah, like the other one will still sell for stuff just because it has Hall of Fame clamps on it. That's the thing I was thinking about is I was literally thinking about on my budget account, on my no money spend, I was thinking about, I was going to get the Luka, but then I was thinking about buying like a Luka as well, just because it would have so many badges and people would be putting it like up for a really cheap price just because they'd be panicking going, oh my God. What's that?
What about the token market?
I mean that's literally what I was gonna do. Like basically,
you could badge up the free one.
Yeah, I've got like loads of those badges out the token market, so I probably will sell my Luka. I just don't know what he's gonna go for. Like the market's so volatile right now. I'm scared to put a card up. Like,
yeah, I mean, at least like the whole thing that I always think about when I get a card like that is cards never really go up in value unless if there's challenges or something like that. Like they never really go up in value. As soon as you buy them, they're usually going to go down. But the thing is like if you've been using that card for ages, like I don't know, let me have a look at my team real quick. I've got my PS5. if I look at I don't know, Tracy McGrady or something, I bought him for so much when he first came out. Like I don't even remember, but it was so much, and people would be like, oh yeah, that's a bit of an L, the fact that I might have paid $1 million for him. I don't know. It was something crazy. Like, oh, that's a bit of an L, but he's still on my team today. Like, even if tomorrow I had to sell him and he was selling for 200K, I'd still say that 800K I've had for like however long it's been, like 3 months, is still a bit of a win.
Got your MT's worth out of it, basically. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. All right, guys, let's move on to the question. So this is like the new format. There's a huge W. Thank you to everyone who sent in a question. If you want to send one in, it's OurTeamPodcast@gmail.com. You can send a question in today for next week. We'll announce a guest later this week. But send in questions for us anyway. We've got a good mix of questions from people who are well known in the community, people who follow the podcast. There's all sorts of people sending questions. So send one in and we'll discuss your topic. Good way to get featured. The first question is from someone who's kind of known in the community. Let's check it out.
Someone who has a completely messed up sleep pattern from trying to live on an American timetable from Ireland. How bad is yours? Because you're in a much more iffy time zone compared to America than I am.
If you don't know who that is, you've probably been living under a rock. That was DBG. Very Blair Witch Project, right? On the shout out to him. Like, he's really ill. Like, he was telling me yesterday, he's really, really ill, but he still took the time to send in a question. That's a huge W. So yeah, time zones. That's a hot topic on this podcast. Killzamoi.
Yeah. My sleep schedule is so bad. Like, right now it's actually okay, because in the past, like, especially during COVID, I just sleep the whole day. Like, literally, I'd be up all night, sleep all day, because there wasn't really an issue with it. Now I have certain things that I have to be at. Like, I coach basketball and stuff like that, so I have to be at things at certain times. But usually 100% every single day, I wake up at 1 a.m. just in case I'm up at 1 a.m. just in case if something gets dropped. For example, like the Luca the other day, no one knew that was coming out. So as soon as that came out, I was like, okay, now I'm going to be up for longer because I'm doing a video and stuff like that. But my main issue is, even on a normal sleep, when I'm like, okay, I'll have a good sleep, I still wake up pretty much every single hour, just to check my phone. I sleep with my phone on my chest like this, just
really?
So then if I get a vibration or something from, like, I only have specific vibrations on for like 2K and that type of thing. And if I get one for that, then I wake up.
Do you have the vibrations on for your Twitter?
Or not Twitter DMs, unfortunately. Yeah, a bit tough.
Next time I need to wake you up, I'm going to send 2K a message to release
no. Yeah, no, but it's kind of bad in Australia because the content always comes out at 1 a.m. And then, like, it's hard just because from 1 a.m. then throughout the whole night, I'm like working, and then sometimes, well, it's actually really bad on Friday content drops because it's actually Saturday in Australia. So that was today. And I had to be up at 1 a.m., did my video and that type of thing, went to sleep, and then I still had to coach basketball at 12:30 p.m. So it was like, yeah, I hate it now on Saturdays in Australia because that's when the biggest content drop is. And also I have other requirements in my actual life, but all in all, I'm used to it now, so it's all good. But coming into it, it was so tough, but it's okay.
Yeah. Hazy, how do you find it? You're on the same time zone as him. Like, streaming wise, do you feel like it has an impact as well? Like, being on that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I do work. Like, obviously, I'm not a full time or anything like that. I still do work like 10 hours a day. I got the kids, so I can't realistically get on to about 7:30 at night time. And yeah, in terms of streaming, I can't stream too late. So, and when Friday night comes, like, I guess for me, for a Friday night, Saturday drop, it's actually all right because I can stay up till that 1 o'clock, hit the content. If I like it, I'll stay up for a bit. If I don't, I'll just, okay, well, I'm going to go to bed. Like, if I can, I'll stay up late. But during the week, it's just, I just can't like be up for the content drop.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, it's quite funny with the podcast because obviously the three people that are usually on are me, Josh, and Jaqel, and we're in three completely different time zones. Like, Josh is 5 hours behind me, and Jaqel was 11 hours ahead of me. So there's like a 16-hour difference between those guys. And it's funny because, like, the kind of privileged people when it comes to content are people in the States, right? It's always a good time, and they can kind of use the day 11 o'clock in the morning. But the podcast makes up for it for me. Josh, what time is it?
4:58 a.m. May 2021.
Thanks for the extra info there. I didn't know what the date was.
It's almost 7 p.m. here on the 15th, so we're almost at the 16th. So don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting with 2K because time is so relative. I guess, Killzamoi, with your content especially, unless you're doing a pack opening, it's not really time sensitive, is it? I guess the legacy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like, for packs, that's the main thing that I always want to be, like, literally one of the first people to release. When packs come out, like, you should see me. I literally do the video and then it's just bam, straight to editing. Like, I don't even really think about anything else. I'm just straight to it. And it's because, like, that's kind of my goal, is to get the video out as soon as possible. And the thing is like, I could get it out a lot quicker if I didn't really edit it and stuff like that. But obviously I want to edit my videos the same way as I do all my other ones. So that's why it usually takes me, and like, it usually takes me about 2.5 hours to, so I start recording at 1 and I usually get the video out about 4 when a pack opening comes out, but that's really the main one. Then I do like to do gameplays if I pull another player, but sometimes I just get way too tired to be able to do that. That's kind of the issue, I reckon, is the fact that I'm able to do one video with my time zone, like being in this situation, but doing 2 or more videos is just so tough because it ends up getting to, like if I did 3 videos, I'd be up from at least 1 a.m. Like that's if I woke up at that time to then 1 p.m. and it's a Saturday. So sometimes I want to hang out with my family, hang out with my friends. So
You've got a good balance, man. You spoke about this stuff on the podcast last time, like your approach. Like we got a lot of messages about the stuff that you said on the podcast as well, that it kind of helped people out and stuff. Like
that's cool to hear.
It's funny you say that too. Like with the whole, like ever since we had that conversation on the podcast about balance before, like I would just literally be here on the game streaming for hours on end. Now, like I slowed down with streaming, not to say that it's been doing bad. It's actually been doing better since I slowed down. And like that whole balance thing, like I do go outside, my friends whenever I can, make sure, this stuff is handled. So like definitely that conversation kind of helped me readjust. I still could work on being consistent, but other than that, like it definitely did help, feel like a little more like I can enjoy being outside and do this at the same time.
I still need to figure that stuff out. Like, I'm really bad for it because my businesses take like 100 hours of my week, like realistically. Like I'm doing 12-hour days most days. And like I was looking at it yesterday and I literally had this moment where I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like I got to like 5 and I was like, I need to release a video by 7, and I needed to wait for Limited to drop to release that video to get gameplay. So between 5 and 7, somehow I recorded a video, like did a gameplay, got the video out by 7. And then I was like, I want to get in a stream before the end of the day. So I streamed. Then I like inhaled some food is probably the only way to put it. Started setting up the podcast and just passed out. I was like, that's not a healthy way to live. Like
some food.
Say good?
You said inhaled some food.
Literally, yeah. Like I had like 3 minutes to eat it. Like it was just there and it was gone. What were you gonna say, Hazy?
I was gonna say about my schedule. Like I've tried to home in on like a proper schedule myself, and the one thing I noticed that like when you're streaming, you don't always like things get tough and you don't have many people watch. But if you consistently notice, I consistently noticed that I was having low viewers and low interactions on a weekend. So I thought, stuff it, I'll just stick to solely streaming on weekdays. And then that gives me way more time to focus just solely on the family. I can do all that on the family. I can do my offline grinds and stuff. Because the one thing I've found, like, people rather come and watch you, like, trying to be competitive, play unlimited, stuff like that, than seeing you grind triple threat offline for maybe getting some RNG.
Yeah. I'm never going to play unlimited on stream. It's never going to happen. I can't do it. I can't multitask. Like, it's bad. I played limited yesterday. That was tough enough.
Yeah. I used to do that. I used to actually grind unlimited. My streams actually did do good until I started hanging out with sweats, and I started getting real ragey sometimes.
Just hanging out with the wrong crowd.
You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that this controller is still even in one piece. You know what I'm saying? This controller had a good run. I think we like 2-3 months strong. So pretty good.
Cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. There's a good segue there from Hazy. Let's move on to the next one. This one's from Denver Bronco.
Have you ever thought about streaming on Twitch?
Yeah, so I guess my answer to that is I do like streaming, but my issue with it is, especially like leading on from our time zone chat, is the fact that I like focusing on videos, and doing videos like is my main priority, and then streaming just adds like so much extra. And personally for me, I can't really sit there and stream for over 2 hours, to be honest. I've tried to do it in the past. I just get headaches and stuff because my main thing is I'm always like looking at the chat the whole time, and a lot of other streamers like go the way that they do. But for me, it's just a constant thing that I have to always be looking at the chat. And you were talking about before how, you don't play unlimited on live stream and stuff like that. That's 100% what I do. And
Yeah.
It's pretty much like I'm not even playing. I'm literally sitting here like with my controller out, just looking at the other screen. So
yeah. I mean, the
yeah,
plus
like-
side is you get to meet awesome people like me and Hazy. Like that's
that is true. Yeah.
I'm not awesome. I'm not awesome, Jazz. What the hell?
Have you ever been in his
what the hell,
streams?
man? No. First of all,
I love how
he
you
doesn't
keep
stream on
setting
Twitch.
yourself up. By the way, this is great. Keep
All right, don't. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't stream on Twitch. So to be fair, all right, he does. I'm
Don't
used to
give out your
Twitch
government
streamers. Don't know no offense. You know what I'm saying? Don't be throwing me under the bus. Chad.
You threw yourself under the bus, mate.
Yeah, the bus that you were driving. You're driving the bus.
You were streaming on Facebook. Like, I found out recently the kind of deals that have been offered for Facebook streaming. I mean, it's serious money, right? That they were putting up.
Yeah. My so my whole thing I actually did realize with Facebook is it is a good platform. Like I did like streaming on it. It was just the fact that like obviously I was signed and I had to do a certain amount of hours. And I just could never reach those amount of hours just because I was thinking about that as a part-time job and YouTube was my full-time job. So doing them both together was just a crazy amount. And also the fact that streaming just makes me so tired. So I used to like, I think the whole Facebook deal that some people get is really good for streamers. It's not very good if you're a YouTuber trying to get into streaming, just because I couldn't personally do it because I'd sit there and like think an hour and a half of streaming was good enough when really I had to be streaming 4 hours a day or something like that.
Is that what it was? Was it around
It was
that?
like, it was like, yeah, on average, I think it turned out to be like 3 hours a day, including weekends.
Yeah, that's grim. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, and it's just the
I don't
issue.
even think
like,
I could do that.
yeah, I like that. I don't know if that's the same with other people, but there was a lot of issues with me. Like if I missed a day, then for example, I've been sick this week. There's no chance I would have been able to stream for 4 days at least this week. No chance at all.
Yeah.
So then that's racking up so many hours, and
You have to do a
I do
20-hour
respect, like,
stream.
I do respect like everything that Facebook does. Like I actually do like the platform. It was just the fact that for me it just didn't work because I could not consistently sit there and just stream the whole time. I had to get up and do stuff. I don't know. It just made me so tired. I remember after every time streaming, I just instantly go to sleep. And but it's all right.
I mean, it's a running joke in my streams now. Like I load up and immediately someone says, "Is Jazz going to stream for longer than an hour today?" And I'm like, "No."
Tell me about it.
I literally can't. I can't do
Don't
it. Like I burn out after an hour. Usually because I'm streaming after work as well, so that's like part of it.
True.
So I'm usually quite tired by the time I start streaming. But yeah, an hour into it. And do you guys get like post-stream burnout? Do you know what I mean by that? Where you're just like a bit
Hell
foggy?
yeah. Hell yeah.
It's weird,
Hell
isn't it? Yeah,
I would want to stream 2 times. I want to stream 2 times after the first stream. Like I only streamed for like what, an hour and some change yesterday. I was exhausted. I didn't even want to fire up after that. I said, "Yo, F this, man."
Definitely in like my my earlier days of streaming back when I was on Facebook. If you come in late at night on a Friday night, there's a chance you could probably catch me dozing off.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it must be. I just get this like really weird, like I'm like glazed over eyes. Like every time I finish streaming, I sit at my kind of desk for like 5 minutes. My wife asking me if I'm okay, and I'm like, I think I'm all right, but I don't know. It's like this weird, like I don't know. It's almost like being drunk. Like that's how I feel. I don't know if it's just like staring at the chat or staring at the screen. I don't know what it is, but it weirds me out. I don't know what it is. Anyway,
I can't do one. I can't multitask with it. It's hard to multitask.
I can't. Yeah.
Trying to play the damn game and I can't even do it either. It's either this or.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing Limited yesterday on stream. I nearly lost to some absolute scrub. Like, I don't know what was going on. Like, I literally just couldn't focus. It was bad. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. This question's from Aiden. Shout out to Aiden. He's at 3 weeks in a row, I think, with the question.
My question is, how often do you think we're going to get invincible cards in my team?
Okay, so how often will we get invincible cards in my team? So, Hazy, you said this earlier, right? That this set might have been like a prelude to the cards that we're going to get Jordan and Pippin and all of these cards. Like, do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I think from now you're probably going to see him every week because, like, they've dropped them And now it's like when they don't release one, the community's going to be like, oh, when are we going to get them again? When are we going to get them again? So for them, especially with the card art being what they are, like if I bought VC religiously, like I would buy more VC to try and get these due to the card art. That's my personal opinion. But like, I definitely think that it's probably going to be a weekly thing.
I don't know, man. Like, if you look at last year, we had like fan favorites, right? Like the Dino Raja, Eddie Curry one. I mean, they were basically like, you know, GOAT cards. We had the NBA as backpacks, which were basically GOAT cards, right? There was like a lot of cards that were basically 99, everything kind of mixed in between all the kind of GOAT card releases. I think what we will get is like 50 Hoff Badge minimum cards, like 2 weeks from now. That'll be it. I think Hoff Badges will lose all value. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what modes they put them in, especially next season. Like, are we going to see it in limited? Are we going to see one in unlimited? Are we going to see spotlights? Like, how many of these are going to be buyable? Which cards are they going to be? Because all the free GOAT cards last year were the worst GOAT cards, right? The Kobe one wasn't great. Oscar wasn't
I really
great.
like the Larry Bird. I love it.
Yeah, Bird
Larry
was good. Yeah, he was good. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how they go about it.
Curry was the best GOAT card by far. Curry was definitely the best GOAT card by far.
Steph? Are you trolling? You're trolling. Look at his face.
Yeah, I was very disappointed with Steph, and Steph was like the only one that I got.
Yeah, Steph was quite easy to get, but that's because like it was like at the end when it was hardly any games for him. So I mean, that was all right. Like they had that, you knew they were going to do it for Steph, but I think I don't know about with the question. Like I think there is a lot of potential for them to continue to release them each week. I just think right now it's a little bit early. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see them like. I don't think we'll see them every week. Like I get what Hazy was saying 100%. Like I can see now that they've released them. It's kind of like when they released the first Dark Matters or something in packs, I think. Then they didn't release Dark Matters after or something like that. I forgot, but I remember then it was so weird. Like I didn't even want to open up packs. I was like, what's the point of doing this when we know that like Dark Matters are available in packs now? But I think they're gonna start probably doing it like once every 3 weeks or something like that. That's my thoughts. Just because like there's probably only 15 to 20 players they can actually give invincible cards to that will be eligible, I think. So they've got to
bring some heat though. They have to bring some heat in between. Like the next packs last year was really the turning point, wasn't it? It was the Lavello Wiseman packs that really just threw everything over the top. Like they've got to do releases like that in between. If they start releasing like packs like the Mellow packs that we just got, if they do that now, then literally no one's going to buy a pack. So they need to be on it. Like I've got a good question. Go on.
I'm on the streak right now with the predictions because I did say I hope we get a Opal Patrick Ewing team, and we did. RJ Barrett, we got him.
Can I say these aren't predictions and we're actually telling them what cards to release because they're clearly watching the podcast, dude. Like,
oh hell yeah!
Like Larry Johnson in Unlimited is all the proof we ever needed that they're watching.
Can you tell them to release a Dark Battle of Mellow? Can you tell them that?
That's what I was just gonna say.
It'll be with you on Friday.
Edwards. We need a Wiseman. We need an Anthony Edwards, and we need
a
LaMelo. I feel like we might even get a 90. Are we gonna get an Obi Toppins? Probably not. No, Obi has an Opal.
Someone put a graphic up of like fake packs yesterday. It was going around on Twitter. Future packs. Yeah, I mean we will get something like that because they're clearly holding off on the rookie sophomores for a reason. Like,
like Tyrese will get another card as well. And I reckon like that'll be where Luca is and stuff like that. Like
Aaron Gordon
definitely needs a Dark Matter.
Aaron Gordon needs
definitely needs one. Yeah, Anthony Edwards too. Yeah,
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah,
we have not gotten Aaron Gordon in a very long time. And Tyrese has his jump shot on very quick or quick.
Tyrese. I want to say very quick, but I'm not 100% sure.
If it's anything like Tyrese's base or even faster, Aaron Gordon is going to be a good card. I think he's due for a card. I think he's definitely due for a new card.
I've got a good question. Looking at the GOAT cards last year, what IRL player do you think deserves like a GOAT card this year that didn't get one last year?
IRL player. Julius Randle.
he's not really been that guy. Do you think they've literally covered it off?
Are you counting like past players or just current?
Yeah, no.
Well, like definitely I'm just like I think Luca I reckon Luka.
Luka.
I
Did we
don't
get a
know.
goat? Did we get a goat Wade?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Wade is the
Jay
third
Wade,
best
actually.
shooting guard in history. That's a fact. He
Yeah,
deserves that
well,
card.
he does not get the respect he deserves. Cause he didn't get a goat card last year, right?
Nah, he didn't.
He got a
Nah,
cracked
he
out
needs a
opal
goat
at the end
card
of the
this
year.
year.
He did get a cracked out opal, but it wasn't a goat card.
That opal was, oh my god, that opal was chicken, man.
Yeah.
He was dangerous.
That's
He
due
was
as well.
dangerous.
I think cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. This question's from Shaz, who's also on a 3-week streak, I think.
What is up, guys? So for this week's questions on the podcast, my number one question is, when do you guys think we're gonna get Spotlight Sims? I feel like it's inevitable. It's gonna happen soon. And today we got some really good free players like that Galaxy Opal Luka Doncic. Who do you guys think we're gonna get next week? And that's really all my questions. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so there was 2 parts to that question. Let's start with the first part. When do you think we'll actually get the spotlights? Hazy, when do you think spotlights are coming?
Maybe either the last week of the season or the first week of the new season. Being such a short season, like there's only 2 weeks left, really. 2-3 weeks left.
They did say that they were releasing it this season in the blog.
Yeah. Everyone thought they would come day
Oh,
one.
yeah.
My guess is literally this week. Like I reckon it'll come this week.
Yeah.
Monday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Tuesday in Australia. I don't know, but it's like Monday or Tuesday, I think. I don't know.
Time zone fun.
one of
Time
those
zone
days,
fun.
Yeah.
I think I want the spotlights. Like I definitely want the spotlights to go. I really enjoy playing them. I like the last ones. I thought the rewards were good. All of that stuff. I don't think there's obviously an urgency out there. People really want spotlights for some reason. I think the XP is kind of tying us over. Like if you want to just be grinding the game, I think probably by the end of next week, I think a lot of people will be done with the XP because it is ridiculously easy. So I think they will need to introduce it either next week or the week after. I think if they wait till the last week, there might be another sort of dead week like we got at the end of last season because people are tearing through the XP.
Yeah. Well, I can't lie. I haven't even I'm level 25 on my main account and level 22 on my no money spent or something. And that's not high at all, obviously, but it's because I'm waiting for the Spotlight Sims to then actually do all the challenges.
A lot of people doing that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
I don't really want to.
I'm just not,
I just want to kill
not
2 birds with one stone.
Yeah.
I'm just simply not grinding this game. I can't be bothered. I'm just simply not grinding this game. They're gonna have to drop a dark matter point on the board for me to play spotlights. I'm just simply not grinding this game.
Yeah, you are not doing anything right, but you've got people grinding for you, so you're in a privileged position, really.
Actually, Gerard's actually taking a week off because of due to personal reasons I won't get into, but so I'm gonna actually have to step up to the plate and grind the game, unfortunately.
So what does that mean? You're going to do no XP for a week, basically?
Oh man, I mean I don't even know where to go after this. Like, is AK-47 ever gonna die down? Is it ever gonna go away?
I'm gonna make sure.
Is there anything I can do to? I have to do something to top what happened to me with D-Rob. I'm gonna do something more
7K
spectacular in that. 7K,
1K. Do it. Get to the last. Get
1K,
to the last
1K away.
Yeah.
I don't even care about Vince Carter, so I might as well do it. Vince Carter's poop to me.
Shocking.
I don't want that card.
Okay, so the second part of that question from Charles was what's the we got Luka obviously as a free card, free opal. Do you think they'll do another one? And who do you think it will be?
I reckon they're gonna do it every week. I reckon they're gonna do it like they did with they're still doing it, but like they did it with the exchange thing, where they had the 2 players on Triple Threat Online.
Yeah.
Because it said that those players go off the Triple Threat Online boards in June. Yeah, in June. So
right.
I thought it was gonna be a weekly thing for that, but maybe it's gonna be a weekly thing that they release a free player like Luka or something like that. I don't know. I think it will be a weekly thing, but
I'm trying to think who it would be. So I don't think they'll put Dark Matters in there for a while if they do.
No, yeah.
So it'd have to be other buyable opals, and I'm really struggling to think what other because he's probably the best buyable opal, Luka, right? And they've put him in.
Yeah, it could be like the opal Giannis as well.
That's a good shout. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one? Not radioactive, please. Please not radioactive.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was just a guess of like the best Galaxy opals. So that was.
Don't give them any ideas now.
I mean, they do watch the podcast.
Don't give them any ideas.
If you ask me what opal they'd put in for free, like the last card I would have guessed would have been Luka. So I don't think it would surprise me at all. They put
true. Yeah, I don't know. Like I find it weird that I'd find it weird if they only did it once. That's the whole thing I'm thinking about. It would be really cool if they did it every week because the thing that you got to remember is James Donaldson isn't it's a Galaxy Opal, but it isn't an insane card that people are going to be like, you're ruining the game, giving it to everyone for free. And then the whole thing with Luca is, yes, like it's annoying for people that own Luca and stuff like that. But
tough.
but all in all, like it's good for the whole community as a whole. And I don't think 2K is losing much out of it, like giving people free cards, those types of ones, because there's still a lot of better cards that are now Dark Matters that I think they can easily do it each week and give us like, I don't know, just free opals like Luca. I can't really remember, like Jonathan Isaac could be another, like just those types of good opals that are very usable.
Yeah.
I think everybody could use the RJ Barrett on their team. I think everybody could use
sure.
Yeah, I'll be Patrick Ewing in there next week. Yeah, for sure. Okay,
With
shout
that,
out.
Well, I'll get him.
With that, is that like, could that go back to what you're saying about how a lot more casuals are going to start playing the game? So if they start putting these, like, you know, big name opals in the agendas, does that make the more casual people come back?
Yeah, I think 100%. I think that's their main kind of, that's a big focus for them, because I look at FIFA, this is really a big throwback, but I think it was like FIFA 16 or something I played ages ago. And I remember they gave out a free Christmas pack or something. And then I got really lucky out of the pack and pulled a card that was actually quite expensive, Eden Hazard. Anyway, then I did that and that was cool. But then it got me addicted to the game. Like I started playing it so much, bought packs and stuff like that. So I can see why in 2K, if they just gave people some free cards to actually get them going, oh, okay, it's not too hard, then they can get people to play it, just like you were saying a lot, just casuals.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you guys are right. Like last year, I couldn't go 12-0 until April. And the reason I could go 12-0 from April onwards was because so many casuals were on the game. They were giving it away for free. And yeah, people were like, you were running into God squads, like equal overalls, but you could tell the guy had been playing the game for like 3 days. Because of the cards that were available. And we're definitely at that point. We're definitely at that point now. Yeah, you guys are absolutely right. Shout out to Ashars. That was 2 amazing questions, really. Next question is from a familiar face in the community.
What's up, guys? Cheap Loots here. So my question today is a little bit of a complex one, but what do you think 2K can learn from other card collecting modes in games such as MLB, FIFA, Madden Ultimate Team to improve their game and improve their public image? Because their public image is yikes. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to know. I did a video on the same thing, so I'm curious what your guys' takes are. And when are we getting a new Dino Raja card? Because it's been too long. My boy needs shine.
Okay, so two parts to that question. I feel like the first part might be the longer bit to answer. Let's tackle the second part first. Dino Raja card.
What could they learn?
I mean, say again.
What could they learn? Oh, you want to go over to Dino Raja?
Let's do the Dino Raja first. Let's do the Dino Raja first.
Dino Raja
is due.
I don't think he needs one yet.
No, I reckon he'll get like a fan favorites or something. I reckon he'll get like he'll probably next fan favorites they release, he'll get a Dark Matter.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think of this? Like Jacob said this last week, right? And he was absolutely right. You know the fan favorites cards? They're not fan favorites from this year. Like if you look at the last set, they're fan favorites from last year. Like there hasn't been like an amazing, looking at the cards they released, like there just hasn't been amazing versions. If you looked at fan favorites from this year, you're talking, Dishinger, Ferry, cards like that, right? They're the fan
Rudy
favorites.
Fernandez, please.
Yeah, Rudy, 100%. Gus Williams from like season 1, right? Like these are really the fan favorites. Like, do you guys think that the next set will be more geared towards this year or last year? Because if it's last year, we will definitely get a Dino, 100%.
I think it should be this year because like we already got Dino's favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
Dino's favorite last year.
I reckon we'll get like I think they're going to have to do, because obviously the big name player of that fan favorite set was the Ben Simmons. So they're going to have a player like that. But then also I think behind that, they'll have like a Danny Ferry, Terry, maybe not both of those, but kind of players that have been hard for us to get, but people have been really wanting. And Dino will be one of those and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it will definitely be based upon this year.
Yeah, I agree. I hope it is. I really hope that they do actually make it about this year. I'd love to see a Jack Barron, like Galaxy Opal, and Wayne Embry Dark Matter. I think it'd be
Dark
awesome,
Matter.
man.
Yeah.
I want to see Dark Matter. What's his name? Jack Marin. I definitely want to see a Wayne Embry. I want to see like a small forward, power forward Wayne Embry though.
That'd be interesting. That would be interesting.
I think they definitely need to open up and give us, the community, a choice on fan favorites. Don't let us choose, but give us a set amount of players that they want to use.
Yeah.
And let us vote on them to get the ultimate fan favorites.
Yeah, I actually think the you know how they do the Galaxy Opal voting thing, that could actually be really cool for fan favorites. I didn't really think about that, but I mean, it is in the name, fan favorites. So
yeah.
I guess
We are the fans.
2K does know, yeah. 2K for sure does know who the fan favorites are, and they did a good job with the last set as well. Like, Thon Maker would never get a Dark Matter unless if he was a fan favorite. So, yeah, I think they do a good job, but I feel like it would be pretty cool if we could all vote and do the whole what was it, the Jarrett Culver versus who was it yeah, no, but who was it at the start? Was it like Patrick Ewing? Yeah, I think people were voting Patrick Ewing over Jarrett Culver, and people were like, what are you doing? But
you still gotta open.
Yeah, ended up in a glitch market and no one could get it. That's tough.
Yeah, I actually did get it. I was so surprised.
Oh, you did get it?
Yeah.
Did you use it?
Nah, he sucks.
That's tough. That's tough. All right. So the other part of his question was, what could 2K learn from other card collecting modes? Like I'll touch on the reputational thing he said a little bit. Like 2K are more disliked, I think, by people that play their games than probably any other games. I was talking about this as like I always bring WWE into this as the comparison. Like the WWE games are atrocious. Like they're really, really bad. Like when I was a kid, I used to play SmackDown vs. Raw, like THQ games. They were amazing. Like I lost years of my life playing those games, like 6-player with my friends. 2K just don't have a good reputation for making games at the moment, and it seems like there's a general like it doesn't matter what 2K game you play, they seem to just have a fan base of discontent a lot of the time. Like, do you think that that's justified? That's probably the first question.
Personally,
for the most part, I don't think so. Sometimes I don't think it's always justified. People, I feel like they do kind of give to me.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I do have a relationship with 2K, but I can say whatever I want. But my whole thing is like I think they do get a lot of hate for like not really too much reason, like especially this season. And you look at even the season of giving, like they were giving out a lot of cards and stuff like that. Like this year has been really good for free cards, which I guess is good. Sure, like a lot of people aren't going to like the gameplay and that type of thing, which is all like can kind of be up to personal preference as well. Because personally, I actually really like next gen gameplay, and I know you, Josh, like hate it, but it's just like
no, I hate current gen. I actually like next gen. I actually like next gen current. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. I just like yeah, I think it's just all about kind of like I think it's just so easy for people to go online and just say I hate 2K. Like you see it so often. Just hate 2K. But the whole thing is like it sounds kind of weird me saying this because like I do have a relationship with them, but still like I feel like they do a good job for their position, and they're definitely getting better and better. Like this season we're getting so many free cards and so many good cards, and they're actually listening content every day. I think it's a bit of a dub, but I guess it's kind of personal preference at points.
Yeah,
I think they're learning as they grow up, as they go. I think that's what like the whole point of because this is their first year doing agendas. I feel like if they're smart, they will take a step back, see each season and be like, okay, what do we do good this season? What do we do bad this season? And I think they should like really take those things, take all the good things and apply that in the next year's game. Because this is without a doubt in my mind, they will be doing season agendas in my team next year again.
Yeah,
so I feel like that's what they should do.
Hazy, what's your thoughts?
Like on Josh's thing about the agendas and each season, I actually left a comment in one of the podcasts not too long ago about, do we think that at the moment they're testing the waters and what works for us, what we respond well to and stuff, so that way they can implement it in 2K22. So have the hope that they're going to keep getting better and better. Like this year, obviously we've got the the agendas. And like personally for me, the exchange was like something really big that I was looking forward to, because coming from FIFA, I used to play lots and lots of FIFA. FIFA do give out a lot of free cards or free packs every now and then, but the one thing that kept me in there, regardless of the bad gameplay, was their SBCs, which is 2K's version of exchange. It just gave you stuff to do in the menus. It gave all your players that had no value. So you could sit there, you could go through collections, you could sell your cards that you could make money on. You could go and do more bidding on the auction house and stuff like that. If they just keep working on what they're doing, like I could definitely survive with the gameplay if they gave me more stuff to do in the menus.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think the problem for me is concept versus execution. I've been saying this all year. I think 2K have come up with some really good concepts this year, and I think they've executed a lot of them really, really poorly. Like we were just talking about Limited, right? Like Limited as a mode is just a phenomenal idea, and it's entirely unique. Like it's really, really good. But then they do things like, just run a 90 overall, and it kind of loses all its kind of, what should have made it special. I think they're too obsessed with RNG right now to the point where it's genuinely frustrating people. And I think the problem with RNG is, as a concept, is designed to frustrate people, right? Apart from that one time you open the vault, every other time you're going to be frustrated that it didn't open. So I think they've just glitched reality was a good example of this. I think, again, as a concept, 10 out of 10. Like that idea was just phenomenal, and it just became more RNG. Like I just think they need to take these concepts and run with it. And I think one of the issues is like they're so heavily focused on RNG right now that things that aren't RNG are kind of falling by the wayside. And like Unlimited is the best example of this. I'm not a fan of the gameplay. I'm on current gen. I feel like I will enjoy next gen more, and I'm actually going to try and get a PS5 this week just so I can get on it before the year ends. But the gameplay is bad. But Unlimited, the fact that the crates haven't been updated, that the boxes at the end of each tier, we're still pulling a diamond out of the pink diamond box. Like it's just kind of, again, good idea, like the idea of the tiers, like the idea of this kind of division system, but they haven't updated it. Like it just was what it was on day one.
Or like personally for me, Unlimited is the thing that I think, like, I don't know about other people. I think other people do think the same, but Unlimited is the reason I play the game, is the reason I want like a good team and stuff like that. And really the only time this year they've done something good towards Unlimited was when they released that Paul Millsap where you had to win 12 games. That was the only time I can really remember them doing something that I was like, oh, I'm actually like excited to play Unlimited. Because even last season, I usually always go for the reward. But last season, I just couldn't be bothered because I was like, I don't need Michael Red at all. I didn't need him on my budget squad account either. So I was just like, there's no point in me trying to get him because it's just a waste of time. And I feel like, especially with now Triple Threat becoming really good with, the weekly things that they're giving out, they need to be able to add something like they did with the Michael Jordan when they gave you that pack after you won a game. Yeah. They need to give you something like that where if you win a game of Unlimited, you get like, kind of like opening a vault, except it's a pack where you can get, I don't know, maybe there could be a diamond contract, diamond shoe, Hall of Fame badge, and then players after that. There could be like a ruby. Sure, that's probably going to be the most likely, but then there's also like a dark matter and stuff like that. I think that's what they need to do.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying this. People are saying like they should have, limited, like a limited style board where you've got kind of 3 things, like just something like that. They're clearly de-incentivized. I literally released a video on this week, and I said exactly what you just said. That the only event we've seen in the last 3 months was Paul Millsap. That was it. It's the only incentive we've had to play Unlimited for a while. Yeah. It is weird because it's the core of the game. Like, I understand they want to turn it into a card collecting mode, and RNG is their focus financially because it's about game time now. But they need to still protect Unlimited. And like I said, the only solution really to Unlimited is Quick Match. If they put in Quick Match and we could have fun with it, at least we can just jump online. Again, if they put like a limited style reward in Quick Match, you just get a trophy. And then if you want to sweat it out, you can try and go 68 and whatever. But there are solutions. But I just think the whole year they've just had some of the best ideas I've ever heard that have all just fallen a little bit flat for me. Like, I can't say they've executed anything perfectly. The XP agenda now is probably the closest they've come to being perfect. I think this season with the XP agenda is the first thing I can't criticize. Yeah. Like, I think they got it right.
I think they're gonna get it right next year though. I'm hoping for the most part, but like I said, like I think this is just like a test year. You know, it's a lot of big things going on this year. There's a new console. Everybody's making that adjustment from current to next. So I feel like this is kind of like their testing phase. And I feel like when we get more people on next gen, which probably will be by the release of the new 2K, that they'll actually have things, in place, and it'll be like a lot better. So I feel like 2K22 does have like I think I'm not just saying this. Why the hell these birds want to talk when I'm freaking talking?
Are they birds?
Yeah, those are birds. Yeah, those are birds. But yeah, I feel like 2K22 is gonna be a much better game, and not just because I want it to be a good game, but I feel like that they'll actually do something good this year. I feel like they're on the right path.
That was a perfect segue. That was a perfect segue. Let's get into the next question. Shout out to Cheap Ludes for that question. That was perfect. Perfectly did. Right.
Hey guys, my question is for everyone. I was just wondering, with MLB The Show having cross-platform capability to play, what do you guys think the chances are that 2K22 will have the same, and what do you think it'll do to the auction house? Keep up the good work. See ya.
I don't think
such a good question.
2K would ever do that. I don't think they'll ever do that. And I feel like 2K is the one game, like as a company, they would benefit crazy from that. But Sony and Xbox, I don't think they're having that. I don't think they're gonna allow
I actually come out on a different thing, because I think in the future, like, every game is going to be cross-platform. I don't know how soon it's going to be, but I just think, like, because you look at games like Fortnite, even now MLB, like, have you seen the MLB is the game that I watch all the time, like, because I don't watch 2K. The viewership on MLB is insane right now. Like, these YouTubers that have 100,000 subscribers are getting 80,000 views consistently on each video, and it's just because, like, the game is now on both platforms, especially because it wasn't on Xbox before. But I think because the rewards are really good and stuff like that as well, people are getting excited. But that's beyond the point. I think cross-platform is something that's going to be literally, I think, in pretty much every game, because it's a little bit dumb to think that you buy a console, the exact same game is on another console. There's nothing different. Like, other than the PS5 challenge that we get, there's nothing different between the games, and we can't play against each other. I get why you can't do cross-platform against PC because hackers, but I think in the future, I'm not saying in the next 2 years, to be honest, I reckon in the next 3 or 4 years, we might get pretty much every game will be cross-platform. That's my opinion, but I really don't know.
The point you made up about, like, you brought up about MLB is legit, man. Like, you see what's going on even in our community with MLB. Like, Shake is playing MLB, Troy Dan's streamed nothing else for 2 weeks. Clays is playing MLB. Ty Debo was playing MLB on stream the other day. Like, he's on the 250k champion. Like, and I think the crossplay has generated a buzz around the game. Like, I think that's
it's because also on Xbox, it's so weird the fact that Sony, like, makes the game or whatever, but it's free with Xbox Game Pass on Xbox. So like, I have the game as well, and I I watch it all the time.
Sony's okay with this?
Yeah, it's weird. Hey, I don't know.
Sony, why didn't they? If that's the case, why didn't they just do that years ago? I would have loved cross-platform years ago. You know how many friends I got on Xbox? Like, I'd beat you in 2K. I want to show them something.
I know.
Show them what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It'd be so much better. Yeah. I don't know. I think it is weird. Like, it is super weird. I think I think it will happen in the future. But yeah, MLB is just killing it right now, just because they've kind of just come out of just with they're listening so much. And to be honest, like, it was actually referencing the question before, like, what do you think 2K can take from other card collecting games? I think MLB, they did actually kind of take the fact that XP challenges now, you can get up to level 40 at the start of the new season, like the same in MLB. You can get to the final reward at the start, which I think is kind of smart. But yeah, like, MLB is a perfect example, I think, of a game that's doing really well, because I didn't know before I watched MLB YouTubers, I knew nothing about baseball. I knew how to play and that type of thing, knew the rules, but I knew Mike Trout. That was the only player I ever knew. And now, like, I know a lot of other players and stuff. So I wasn't really a baseball fan. Yeah.
I only know Jackie Robinson. I only know
Yeah,
Jackie
yeah.
Robinson. That's the only baseball player I know.
Wasn't there a
Yeah.
player called Big Mac? Was that a player?
Big Mac?
There was a player called Big Mac once.
Yeah, I think you're
There's
hungry,
Big
Jazz. I
Puppy.
think that's what
David Ortiz.
No, McGraw, something McGraw. I don't know what his name was. When I was a kid, I remember Big Mac. Tell me his name in the comments because I look really stupid right now. Yeah, we're gonna get an MLB stream, Killzamoi. You saying you got the game?
No, I suck. I literally cannot. Like, I could not tell you how bad I am. So
That
watch
sounds like
it
a
and
W
that's it.
stream to me.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Oh my god.
Some of the
I
best
literally-
streams happen when you don't know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, maybe I'll try, but I don't know. I literally
Look,
hopped on one
listen.
point and I just suck to say
I
the
got
least.
popped on Madden. My first time playing Madden, I got popped like the score was like 70 something to like 7.
It was rough.
Don't worry,
Sorry.
man. It's
Yeah,
not
bad.
that. It was rough.
Yeah.
I got my butt handed.
Makes
to
a
me.
change from getting popped on 2K.
It was fun though. It was definitely fun.
All right, let's move on to the next one. So next question's from John. He's the Oracle. He guesses our guest every week somehow. I don't know how he's doing it, but yeah, this is his question.
What's up, Jazz and everybody? Sid here, the Oracle. My question revolves around the level 40 reward. I was a little disappointed with JR. I think he's more of a next-gen made player. He's good, don't get me wrong. But this year with Vince, I'm seeing him. He looks good. He looks great. But I already unlocked Larry Keenan from the Vault in Triple Threat Offline, and he's cracked. He's completely insane. I like his Amethyst card, and I also got Moncrief from the Ascension board. So my question is, should I even bother at this point? I mean, it just seems like there's suitable replacements out there for Vince Carter, a 6'6" shooting guard, small forward. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Always enjoy your podcast. Keep it up. Thanks.
First of all, shout out to the dog. The dog definitely stole his thunder. Is Vince still worth it? That's the question.
My answer is no, just because I always look at Vince in 2K and I find it so weird that he's literally probably like the best dunker of all time in the NBA. But in 2K, he does dunk. He does get some insane dunks. But you look at players like Ben Simmons and like players that have that body type, he just gets so many more posterizers and completes so many more that Vince, I reckon, is like, I haven't used him obviously, but Vince would be worse at dunking than T-Mac in my opinion, than Ben Simmons and stuff like that. He's kind of like the same as Zion. Zion dunks quite a bit in the game, but not enough for how good he should be compared to some other players in the game. I don't know. That might just be my opinion, but I've never really been a huge fan of Vince in 2K.
I agree. I feel like they always kind of hoe Vince Carter when he gets cards. And the way that Ben Simmons gets dunks, because he doesn't even dunk like that in real life. The way that Ben Simmons gets dunks in his game is how Vince needs to be getting dunks. Like I'd be less upset of somebody booming it on me with Vince Carter instead of Ben Simmons, because like Vince is really doing that. Like I remember the Olympics that got this jump over somebody's single.
Hey, that was in Sydney. Shout out.
Hey, I was like, I'd be okay to see that in the game.
Guys, have you seen a gameplay with this card yet?
No,
I haven't, but
guys, it's cracked.
I know, like, I know what you're saying, but personally, just going off like previous years, I think I think now there's just better cards. Like you look at Kobe, like sure, not everyone can get that Kobe, but LeBron, like T-Mac and stuff like that, like.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Shout out to SB. Did you guys see SB live? Did you see what he did? Shout out to him, man. I jumped in on the stream a few times, but 28 hours straight grind, and he got VC. Honestly, I completely agree with what you guys are saying. Every Vince Carter in history, as a guy who owns 2 basketball jerseys, one of which is a Vince Carter Raptors jersey, like it really bothers me how badly he's been treated in this game. Like I've always wanted a good Vince card. I genuinely believe this is it. Like his jumper looks money, absolute money. Like Killzamoi, your guy's going to be greeting with this guy from the logo, like with your eyes closed, like you were on stream. Like his jumper looks money. His animations look cracked. His defense looks amazing. Like I think they finally did it. I think this is actually legitimately a good Vince card.
Yeah, I'll for sure get him. So I'll be able to let you know. But
I feel like I told you so coming in a video.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it should be interesting. But I guess it's like he's actually very similar to the Julius Erving that came out today. I reckon he's pretty much exactly the same by the looks of stats. So I don't know about releases and that type of thing. But yeah, I guess it's not a bad level 40 reward. I personally think that the next level 40 reward definitely has to be an invincible card. I think actually, yeah.
Yeah, fair. So yeah, our next question's from Lo. First time Lo sent in a question. Lo is a legend. He's helped me out a lot with my YouTube channel and stuff. Like, shout out to him.
Hey, it's your boy Lolo. So my question is more of a general question about the future of 2K. What's a game mode that you would like to see added or a change that you would like to see happen with 2K?
Okay, so we get asked this question almost every week, right? What's a game mode you'd like to see added? For me, it's quick match. Anything for you guys that specifically that you'd want to see?
I've always said one thing.
I feel like we answered it. It when we spoke about the other games, like the cross-platform thing. I think that's like the future of 2K. Like, Killzamoi was saying. I think that's the right direction for it.
Well, my one thing is like for like I think we might have talked about this in the last podcast. I don't know, but we have team up as a thing in like play now or whatever. And why don't we get that in my team or something like that, where you can get rewards and stuff like that by playing with your friends? Just because right now my team is very much a solo mode, but I think it should be something that we definitely are able to play with our friends, because Park is such a big thing on that, even though it's kind of going down right now, at least this year. And I think they need something like just to bring your friends together rather than I can beat you. It should be you can let's play together and let's beat these people together.
Dude, I don't think you did say that last time, because that is a W idea, man.
That's a great that's great.
That would
they have gameplay.
Yeah.
Co-op gameplay, definitely. Like, especially at a time like, if they're not going to give us better versions of Unlimited, like you say, quick match, and for me, I'd like them to have like a weekly sort of setup where you just could play, you play people in your own skill level, stuff like that. You get rewarded by how much you play. And then if you want to play absolute sweat stuff, you can. There's a weekend mode for that, similar to Limited, something like that. But if they're not going to do that, you want to be able to like enjoy what you're doing. So playing with your friends is like some cool things. Imagine if you could play Limited with your mate. So you and your mate could team up, have fun just playing with fun players in Limited, and you could get yourselves the ring.
Yeah. 100%.
Limited would be like nuts if they did it on that, because like, say we got requirements of like 1 dark matter and like four sapphires in your starting team, then someone's gonna have to be the dark matter. People are gonna get in fights over that. Like, I'm not giving up Ben Simmons to use like Novak. That ain't happening. No way.
Yeah.
All right, great question, Lo. Let's move on to a question from Nathan, who's also on a hat trick of questions 3 weeks in a row. Shout out to Nathan.
Hey guys, keep up the good work with the Killer podcast each week. Just wondering what got you into 2K. I know you probably love basketball, but have you got any other interests outside of 2K? Do you play any other games, actually? And also, congrats to Hazy for getting the call up. You're doing us proud, bro. Keep up the good work.
Cheers, Trick. He's actually become like a real good mate of mine through the whole streaming thing. Like, this guy, he rocked up in one of my streams one day and he basically never left.
That's awesome, man. He is a legend. He's such a nice guy. Like, shout out to Nathan, man. What a superstar. So, what got you into 2K? I'll start. Pandemic. Next.
FIFA.
I like it.
FIFA?
Yeah, I like it.
FIFA being too bad.
Yeah.
And Evolutions, I will say. Evo's got me into 2K. Like, I was just playing it casually. I rocked up and I was like, started to play 2K before FIFA come out. And I seen these Evolutions and I was like, this is like, for me, that was like the coolest thing ever. Like, you could just grind Evo a card and then you could just sell him off. Like, you could like fund your own MT that way. And that was like the one thing I looked forward to last year. Every single week was, are we going to get another Evo card? And I'd be like, get that Evo card, grind it out as quick as you can to flip it for the most amount of money.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like, so you had quite a strong reaction to Evo cards. I think RIP Evo cards, by the way. I think they're done it.
Well, they did a really good job with the Dark Matter Westbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was solid. Did anyone do that, by the way?
My cousin.
Yeah,
my cousin got me into 2K. My younger cousin, actually. He used to beat me, and I got 2K12, and I got better at the game, and then I just took off with it after that.
2K12. So. What was your first 2Ks?
Mine was 2K11. My actual one. Like I played a lot before, but my one where I actually sat down and fully played was 2K14.
Yeah. I mean, the first 2K I got was 2K... Was either 17 or 18, but I didn't really get into my team until last year, to be honest. Like, if I'm honest, I was playing my league and stuff before that. Killzamoi, how did you get into the game? Because it's a big part of your life.
I got basically just through me playing basketball and stuff like that. It was just, I actually used to play FIFA and stuff like that, FIFA, Madden, and then when it came around to 2K14, I was like, oh, okay, well, but I'm into basketball more than I am into the NFL or football. So then I decided to hit on 2K, and that sounded a bit weird, but anyway, I ended up playing a lot of 2K, and that was pretty much that. But another part of his question was about like what else are my hobbies and stuff. I'm a bit weird because basketball isn't my favorite sport, which is really weird because everyone thinks it is. It's actually AFL, Australian Football League. Gotta love it.
Savage. Absolutely savage.
I know, it's so weird. Like no one expects it, but literally like it's all every weekend. Like it's all I do. Today, like I was just watching the AFL. Tonight I'll be watching the AFL. Tomorrow I'll be watching the AFL. Yeah, that's a little fun fact about me. So there you go.
Yeah, we had a question last week from a pro rugby league player as well, Jordan Pereira. Yeah, shout out to him. Like other games as well was another question. Like was the other question he asked. Do you play any other games?
I don't.
No, just 2K. You guys?
Yeah. I've been getting back into COD lately. COD Cold War. It literally, like, I hopped on the other night. They had Nuketown 24/7. I hopped on that, and I literally thought I was back playing Black Ops 2, which for me is like that greatest COD game ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Josh, what else you played?
I only play 2K. Probably GTA from time to time, Warzone sometimes, but yeah, that's it. Madden occasionally if I rage. If 2K gets me upset enough, I'll definitely go play some Madden.
Yeah, I'm legit heated today because my my PS4 corrupted this morning, so I lost all my progress on Red Dead Redemption and GTA. Really, really tough. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go fishing for a few hours later on Red Dead to cool off. That's definitely gonna happen. Yeah, like the Rockstar games are the main games that I play outside of this. There's like talk that Bully's coming out next year.
Yeah,
that's gonna be goated. Like I will disappear for 2 months if that comes out. Cool. Okay, yeah, shout out to Nathan. Great question. Great 2-part question that was. Next question is from Sam. Another hat trick of questions from him. Let's check out what he's got to say.
Hey guys, what's up? Kind of a juice promo today, I guess, but poorly executed. What do you think we as the community can do and 2K can do to make sure promos like this get players that are lesser known in, as well as the big names that we all hope for?
Cool. There was some really creepy sounds in the background there. Did you guys hear that? It was like
I heard something.
I think I think Mike Myers might be around the corner, Sam. You might want to turn around. I don't know what's going on there.
Somebody check on Sam. Somebody check on Sam.
Yeah. So he said this promo was poorly executed. I know what he means. You know, there were kind of underwhelming versions of quite OP cards already in the game. He also asked, what can we do to get lesser known players? Is there lesser known players you want to see get a good card?
Matthew
to be honest, it's kind of funny because I only really know historic NBA players just through 2K. Like, and I remember when I was at the 2K event in 2018 or 19, I don't even remember. But when I was there, I was talking to like the head of MyTeam, and he was saying that his name's Eric. At the time, I don't know what he does now. Anyway, he was saying that he personally really likes bringing out like those older players that we don't really know. For example, now like Danny Ferry, Terry, he mentioned Swen Nader at the time in the interview, and I was like, I've got no idea who that is. It's those types of players that 2K, he said that they really want to bring out because they want to try and like inform us as well. They want us to then go, oh, who is this person? Look them up. I always think about like, could you imagine Danny Ferry waking up one morning or Terry waking up one morning and then looking at their phone going, why am I being mentioned like so many times?
Yeah, why am I trending on Twitter? Yeah.
Yeah, like randomly they haven't been mentioned probably in like 3 years, like I don't know how long, 30 years in NBA talk, and then randomly they wake up and it's just bam, where's Terry? Like it'd be so confusing.
Like I'm alive, guys. Like what the hell?
When I'm finding out what they're up to now, we know that they're like dentists and stuff. Like it's really cool, man.
It's very funny. Yeah,
I think it's been a really cool part of 2K this year. Like that specifically, they've really nailed it. Like I would never have known who Terry Dishinger was, or Danny Ferry, or Wayne Embry. Like there's certain players I'll know, like Wes Unseld, like Bill Walton, guys who had like. Yeah, again, I would just know them by name. I probably wouldn't even know what they looked like unless I saw their player model in the game. They really killed it. Who did you say, Hazy? You said someone straight away.
Matthew Dellavedova.
You want a goated Dellavedova card?
Shout out Australia.
Timothy Mozgov, too. He could get a card. You know, part of that Cavs team that won in 20.
These feel like a stretch. I'm not going to lie. All right, I think they're doing a good job. It sounds like, there's no one I can think of that I think deserves a heated card. I think they need to get a little bit more balance. I mean, the fact that like Thon Maker's like the best card in the game right now is a little bit silly. Like, it'll be good to get someone who's really achieved something as like the best card in the game.
Like Tony Snell.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sam. Great question. Let's move on to Tim. Is Tim on a hat trick as well? I
believe so.
I feel like he is. Shout out to Tim. This is a phenomenal question.
Hey guys, Killzamoi, welcome back. What do you guys find that's the hardest part of creating content and coming up with original ideas?
Okay, welcome back, Killzamoi.
Thank you very much.
We said that. Hardest part of creating content. So we all create content one way or another. I think all of us upload on YouTube. All of us, three of us stream. It is tough. Like, you've obviously had like a ridiculous amount of success with this. We said this last time, Killzamoi. Like 200,000 plus or 200,000 ish subscribers is no joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, you are on track to be, one of the biggest creators in this space. Like, you're probably already top 5. Like, it's a really big deal. You've done that through really original content. Like, that is how you got there. Like, it is really unique. Like, how do you keep it fresh, man? Especially when you're running the same concept again and again. How do you keep it fresh?
Yeah, like I've been thinking about this question ever since I saw the question. And I don't really have an answer, to be honest. Like, pretty much every time I come up with an idea, I'll usually just be in the shower or something and I'll be like, that's a pretty good idea. And then I'll just try, I'll see if it works and stuff like that. Like, I'm always trying to look to make even just my content better and stuff like that. So I always try new things. Even if I don't release that sort of thing, I still try it out. And the good part is 2K does release content usually every day. So at least I have a video that I can cover that on and people usually want to watch that. But I guess like my creativeness definitely comes through Lavello's legacy and stuff like that. And I can't lie, at the start, I obviously did get help through other series that I'd been watching on Madden. I think I used to watch series on Madden that was not really similar, but it was kind of just based around a player. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And also like when that kid Kuda did Curry's Court, I knew I wanted to base it around a player, and now I've just focused on a rookie. They're really not similar at all. It's just the fact that it's based around a player. So that you always kind of get inspiration from different people. But then kind of just because I've been doing it for a while, it just keeps on growing on me. And I have people that give me advice. It's kind of weird. Like if you've seen my video, I sometimes say like each one of your likes equals 5 VC in Lavello's legacy. And my mum was the one that came up with that. She told me,
really?
Like, I was like,
that's a W.
I literally, she gives me some of the dumbest ideas sometimes. She'll be the first one to say it, but and that one I saw and I was like, whoa, okay, mum, I see you. And then my first video of doing that went from like 1,500 likes to literally 6,000 the next video or something, because people felt like they're actually wanting to be inclusive. And I think that's something that I've realized with my content is I want to try and make people feel like they're being included in the video as well. So that's always kind of my goal with my videos and my creativity.
Shout out to Mum. Shout out to Mum.
Shout out.
She's stepped up. Have you got plans to do anything else outside of the Legacy and Budget Squad?
I've been thinking about another series that I want to do, probably starting next 2K, or maybe this one. I don't know.
Spoilers?
I'm not 100. What's that?
Spoilers?
Not really. I'll just say that it's based around me, which is a bit weird. But yeah, I also have my in real life basketball series that I'm going to start up again soon.
Awesome.
And it's kind of just the fact that I just want to be able to create those two new series are kind of more for me. Like I find them so fun. I find them so much fun to do that it's just a bonus that people will actually enjoy watching them as well. So I don't know. I always have these ideas in my head and sometimes they don't come out, but it's better to give it a shot than not try it all, I guess. So that's kind of the way it works. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Hazy, what about your creative process, man? But you've got two really good ideas at the moment that you're running simultaneously.
Yeah, so like obviously you get inspiration from somewhere, and I like 100% have to give credit to you, Killsy, because like the Legacy series, sort of like the concept of building the series has come sort of from watching the Legacy series. It's not based around the Legacy series, but I like the idea of concept of a series like that. And as I was saying earlier, my favorite thing in this game is Evo cards. So I literally just put Evo cards in a concept. I went and found the players that have consistent Evos. Instead of using actual Evo cards, I use cards that have, a ruby, amethyst, diamond, so on and so forth. And I just literally put it in that sense. The only trouble I have with that is like, obviously you yourself, you're a better than average player. Whereas I'm like a sort of bang on 50% win rate and unlimited sort of guy. So the problem I'm finding at the moment is recording these gameplays, I'm getting matched up with teams that are better than me and I can't really compete with them. So I am struggling on that sense, but I feel like I don't want to be just picking my games. I just want to try and record them then and there. So that way you get the most purest response of everything that I'm doing, instead of like, yeah, I'm doing this, but deep down, I know I've already had 3 or 4 goes at actually recording this.
Yeah, that's the thing that I do with Lavello's Legacy is I even if I lose, I still post it, and it gets really tough. Like that's the reason with Lavello's, it usually takes me a while to do it, and that's the reason I haven't been able to do it recently because I've been sick. I need to make sure I'm at like 100% health and I'm not tired. I need to be in like the perfect state to be able to record it because I don't want to.
This guy's out here training for Lavello's Legacy like it's the
exactly. I literally practiced before. Like I have like a 3-hour just gaming on 2K, really? And then I record for Lavello's. Yeah.
And you know what? I respect it as well because people have come on this podcast and said directly, if the game's not going the way they want, they scrap it and they record again because it's about entertainment, which is fine, if your goal is entertainment ultimately. But you're really open about it. Like you literally get worried in case people think that, you show your record sometimes, you're like, this was the last game, this is the next game, just so you can see it. So there's no
exactly.
Like you're very clear on like, this is legit. Like all of this is legit. Josh, next tape, where did that come from?
So next tape, actually, believe it or not, it was in stream. I was like, guys, I've been stuck for a while. I need a new series. And initially I wanted to do like a series based around Julius Randle, similar. I don't want to say similar to like the Lavello, but it was definitely inspired from like the whole Lavello thing. That's something I definitely would say. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I'm a Knicks fan and they're playing great basketball. So, Julius Randle is a huge part of that. So I definitely wanted to do something like that around that card. And then I told Jazz about it. Then he's like, scrap that. He said Knicks tape. And actually Sam came up with the name. Sam was in Sam or Tim? Sam, yeah.
Shout out to both of them. They both sent in.
Shout out to both of them. Shout out to both of them. Sam actually was in the chat. He said, do a Knicks tape series. And basically with that series is what I do is like I started with a bunch of bronze players. They're all Knicks. And like I have challenges I got to complete, use a number generator. and whatever number I get, that's the upgrade I apply. That's only if I complete the challenges, and obviously I have downgrades too. So like, yeah, it's definitely, like you said, building content that is like creative and like, it shows your personality and like who you are as a person. I think that's definitely important. And like, I'm a Knicks fan. I love my team. And I like to commentate when I play games. So it's like,
your commentary is your commentary is like ridiculous.
Jazz helped me come up with a lot of the stuff for that. So definitely.
I remember what I said to you when you told me the initial concept. Do you remember what I said to you?
We said.
I said that's already been done as well as it could be done by Killzamoi. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
That's literally what I said to him. I was just like, no, this sounds like a budget version of a goated series. Where does my content come from? Like, anywhere and everywhere. My content's quite like emotionally driven. It's quite impulsive. Like, if I won't plan to release a video. So if it just happens, it happens. So either I'm thinking something, that I feel like I should put out there, like my video about Unlimited last week. Then I did a gameplay video like on like the worst algo game I've ever played, but that's because I recorded the video and it went well, and I was like, okay, I'll just release it. So mine's like quite circumstantial. I don't really plan any of my content. It's just like if the opportunity presents itself, I'll either do a video. Like, I'll never release videos for the sake of it. That's one thing I'll never do. And I know it hurts my channel. Like, I know the fact that I don't upload daily. And with the way that I upload, it'd be very easy for me to do that. Like a 10-minute voiceover, like it's a very easy thing for me to do. So I'm quite focused on like just putting stuff out there that I really either want to say or I think is like has happened and is entertaining, and then other people might want to see it. So that's my approach. So it doesn't really involve any creativity. Is basically what I'm saying. It's just impulse.
Nah, I think it does though, because it brings out who you are like as a person. Like, you're very, I'm gonna say outspoken. What's the word I'm looking for? I think you are. That's a good thing. Outspoken. Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's a good thing. I was gonna like, so yeah, that's who you are. Like, you definitely, if something you don't agree with, you'll definitely speak on it, but you'll do it in like a respectful way. Even though sometimes you do trash 2K. So I think that's definitely like is good content for you. And you create controversy too.
I do. I think the thing with me is I've literally got nothing to lose with this. Like, YouTube is really like a passion project for me. It's not something I'm trying to do as a career. It's not, I don't want any progression. Like, I don't really care how many views my videos get. If people enjoy it, they'll watch it. If they don't, they don't. Like, the progression stuff isn't there for me. Like, I've kind of been successful in other aspects of my life. So it allows me to have fun with this, and I don't need to do it sort of professionally. So it does allow me to take the filter off, because I don't have a lot of the goals I think other people have. So I can just, say what I want to say with little consequences. The only consequences I can have are really if it affects the podcast, right? Like, if I trash 2K to the point where like someone like you, Killzamoi, can't even come on the podcast, then I've got a problem. And it is something I have to think about now and then. I'm like, I shouldn't say that. That's going to go badly for me. Like, so there is a filter. Yeah, there is a filter. Okay, we got one more question, guys, and then it's a wrap. This is the worst question we've ever received. Like, I really don't want to play it. Like, I'm gonna think. This is bad. Like, guys, this is a lesson on how not to send in a question. Send in a question next week. Please don't do it like this.
What's good, guys? Notorious Bot here. First of all, I just want to say, Jazz, mate, I don't know if anyone's told you, but you're going bald. Killa Josh, mate, I don't want to see you in a singlet again on your videos, okay? Sun's out, guns out. I don't want that. Okay. Killzamoi. First of all, mate, your videos are amazing, but yeah, you're too passive. I really want some aggression in these videos. I really want toxic Killzamoi. First question. That's going to be 2K related. If you had your life on the line, whose jump shot are you trusting to make the game winner? Who do you believe in? And question 2. Where's your favourite place to eat at? Or what's your favourite food? Jazz looks like he's a bit of a peas and the carrots man. Killa Josh, he looks like a pizza man. I bet he gives a Domino's. And Killzamoi, he looks like a bit of a Hungry Jacks man. So, for you don't know, that's Burger King. So yeah, catch you guys later.
First of all, let's start here. We asked for a question, not your damn life story. How long? Like, I literally feel like I've been watching that question for like 5 minutes. He said that second part of my question when there was like 8 things in there. Like, Mr. Personality over here throwing shade. Like, imagine That's the most Jaqel has ever spoken on the podcast. He usually sits there in silence. You give him a camera and he's like non-stop. Okay. Yes, I'm losing my hair. I agree with Josh wearing a singlet. I do agree you need to stop doing that. Toxic Killzamoi. That actually happened recently. That did happen recently in a video.
Yeah, that was in my last Lavello's Legacy, and that was the funniest thing I think has ever happened to me in a video. Like if you're talking smack to me, I literally take it so personally. Like because sometimes I sit there and I'm like just playing normally, but if I have something that makes me want to play, I will focus like there's no tomorrow. Like I'll literally sit there and not take because usually I'm like chilling back, listening to music and stuff. I literally chill back just like this and I play. But like when that happened, I was like, okay, you aren't even ready now. You aren't even ready. Like it's
what
time.
Did he
You know
say?
trash.
What did he say? What did he say? You're on my channel now. You can say it. What did he say?
Oh, like I don't know. He just like I had it on the mic, but I just bleeped out like the swear words. He just said like, you deserve no subscribers, you effing C word. And I was like, oh,
jeez.
Yeah.
Dude, in the Pacific, they don't mess about, do they? Like all the like kind of trolling I hear, it's like 3 words that are used every time.
Oh,
and
yeah,
for some reason, everyone who beats anyone else is a virgin, right? Like that's kind of the go-to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. It's just weird. It's like a really specific, like, focus thing. Yeah, I mean, game-winning shot. There was some questions in there.
Remember, life on the line. Life on the line. Remember that.
I'm genuinely contemplating not inviting Jaqel back to the podcast. Hazy, what are you doing next week? Yeah, life on the line. Okay, life on the line. Who you trusted with the game-winning shot?
Luca's jump shot, or was it Kobe base, Exum base? No, which one is it that Luca has?
Exum.
I always forget. Exum. Yeah, I'm taking
Exum.
Exum on next, and probably like all old-fashioned base 98 on current gen.
All right.
I'm
Josh?
going to Marta Rosen. He's Dark Matter.
You go Demar over T-Mac?
I don't know. I green a lot more with Demar.
Thank you. Listen, I said this last week, right? I literally said this last week, and everyone looked at me like I was an alien, right? Demar and T-Mac have got the same jump shot, but they don't feel the same. Like I was greener with T-Mac than I was with Demar. So you're obviously
It's weird. Yeah,
there is a difference.
Or Steph for me, or Dark Matter Steph for me. Actually, yeah, I don't know.
You can run that pink diamond, bro. You were greener with your eyes closed.
I know.
Josh, who you got?
Galaxy Opal, Kawhi Leonard, takeover, steady shooter. I'm shooting any shot, whether contested, and I'm shooting that, and I know I'm going green. That's what
you know. There's players that have that jump shot on very quick now that are like 6'10".
Kawhi Leonard, like you said, hey, like you said,
yeah.
It could had the same thing.
That's true.
Kawhi's chicken, man. You know what I'm saying?
I would have said Luca, but I'm not greening as much with Luca as I was. It's Tony for me now. Tony Kukoc, that jump shot, my goodness me.
Yeah. That base, man, is the best, one of the best.
Yeah, like I was really green with Luca and Ferry. And now for some reason I'm like whiting a lot of shots with both of those cards. And right now it would be Tony. Like I can't seem to miss with him. The other part of that moron's question is what is our favorite food? He said I like peas and carrots. I don't know what that. Do you guys know what he means by that? I'm actually allergic to peas. I have a funny story about me being allergic to peas. So when I was like 5-6 years old, my mum like thought I was lying. I just didn't want to eat peas, and I actually liked the taste of them, but was allergic to them. They just like turned my stomach every time. So she forced me to eat peas in like a roast dinner. So I ate all my peas first, and then threw them up in her lap, and she never made me eat peas again. Turned out I was legit allergic. I did. I think I
threw up on her
purposely to go, never make me do this again. Yeah. My mum was a nice person, by the way.
Peas are one thing, but if you've had mushy peas on a meat pie, that is goated.
Yeah, sure.
It looks good, mushy peas. I won't eat it because I know it's going to end badly. But yeah, like it does look good, mushy peas. My favorite food is probably like My wife makes the best buffalo wings like I've ever had. Like that's probably like my favorite meal right now. You guys?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Let me tell you why that's funny. Josh didn't learn the word bolognese until last week. He just used to call spaghetti bolognese spaghetti. Apparently that's what they call it in Brooklyn. Like there's no other, like 50 other ingredients on it. So it's spaghetti. Spaghetti's your favorite dinner?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Spag bol, yeah.
I'd probably have to say at the moment, definitely at the moment, it's like Indian food, like Indian cuisine food, like a butter chicken or a beef vindaloo.
Respect.
Like, it was Mother's Day last weekend, and I was like, said to the wife, I was like, we're going there for lunch.
You lost all my respect when you said vindaloo, because that's not actually an Indian dish. Not many people know this. This is the most non-2K fact you're ever going to get on this podcast. Vindaloo was invented in England. That's a fact. So it's not Indian food. It's like fish and chips.
I invented it. Jazz, what is that emblem on your shirt? Is that a?
I don't know. I told you earlier I didn't know Drake had a clothing line. Like that's where we're at.
It looks like a marijuana plant.
I think it's like a Fenchurch top. I think. I don't know. My clothes are expensive. I just don't know what they are.
Jazz is like this. When you started looking to see, he's like,
yeah, I didn't even know there was a logo there. I didn't know that was there. Killzamoi, favorite food?
So it's either for me a chicken palmy, chicken parmigiana, or anything that my girlfriend's mum cooks. To be honest, yeah, that's it.
He mentioned Hungry Jack's. It's weird that it's Hungry Jack's over there. I lived there for 4 months. That's weird. Why?
I don't know. It's not that big over here. Like, it's definitely like Macca's is definitely all the way on top. Hungry Jack's
why is it called Hungry Jack's in Australia and nowhere else in the world? Does anyone know this? So Burger King in Australia is called Hungry Jack's. Like it doesn't make any sense. But
I have no idea.
What that is?
Yeah, it's literally Burger King. Same logo, same everything. It's just weird. All right, guys, I think we're done. That was a goated podcast. I always say like the longer it goes, the more free flowing it was. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you watched it, thank you to everyone who sent in a question. Send in a question for next week. OurTeamPodcast@gmail.com. All of our links.
Send it in or else. I'm coming for you with my wife beater on.
Oh, jeez. Josh just got cancelled at the end of the podcast. He did so well for 2.5 hours. All the links will be in the description. Sub to Hazy, sub to Josh, obviously sub to Killzamoi. You're probably already sub to him, but do it anyway. But yeah, that's us. Did you guys enjoy yourselves?
Loved it.
Big W. All right, guys, that's all from us. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys.